Or
I will start streaming like I am right now. Hey.
Hey.
Ah. Loud noises.
Toot toot.
That's a loud noise.
all right, righto. Now I'm missing two boys out of their seats.
Ah, perfect.
Oh, we're
timing.
starting the stream. Better run away.
Yeah, fucking professionals up in
Wow,
this bitch.
I have
Oh,
to
yeah.
poop right now.
No joke. That's a real thought I had maybe like 2 minutes ago. But I'm a professional.
Hey,
I'm
man.
gonna shit my pants on stream.
And that's why you're the
That's
best,
what
Matt.
streamer
We're gonna
diapers
get
are
so many
for.
fucking views.
Yeah, you pay good money for that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyway.
Buy some subs. I'll send you a bottle.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Is it just me, or is an established viewer base the only thing that really makes things like sleep streams and stuff like that not creepy or
I
not
just got chalky milk.
weird? You know what I mean?
Chalky milk.
Like I feel like if you just started streaming without,
Oh, and it's like sleeping on stream.
yeah,
Like
it's like
nobody
oh,
would
it's
want.
a sleep stream, and like from day one, it's whatever.
Yeah, it's like I
Right, once
only
it's
do
like-
sleeping. Like that's
Like,
all I
once
do.
it's like we really
Only
like watching
sleep.
this guy play D&D, and then it's like, oh well, now we'll watch him sleep, and it's entertainment. I'm like, what? Where's that delineation line?
Yeah, what
Curious.
happened?
They're
What
like,
are the
I'll
boundaries?"
only watch if you sleep. Stop
Yeah,
this D&D shit.
Stop this D&D shit.
this D&D shit is
I don't want you to
lame.
sleep.
I'd prefer you acted like a role played a dead person in your bed.
You know?
Murdered every
Wouldn't be
week.
surprised.
Yeah, well, you know. All right, I've got some butts and chairs again. Let's roll for recap.
Hello.
I've got 6 boys. I need to die. I need to die.
Who's gonna die?
That was a private roll. Hang on, let me do it again publicly.
Means he didn't like who got it.
That's exactly what that meant.
That was James.
On my screen, that's one Sir Bill.
It's I. God damn it! When even did we meet last?
It was a month ago.
10/17.
Yeah, that's been a while.
Month and a
Okay.
half ago.
Last time we were in the place. I'm gonna go to the
Uh-huh.
world map so I remember the name.
Uh-huh.
Rhymes with Buildin.
Gildan.
Building?
Building.
And we went to we were in Gildan and we were exploring, trying to find any clues or what had done. The town was like empty and stuff. We were trying to find stuff. We kind of saw on the horizon some Veligro, and we decided to hold up in there because we decided, oh, they're faster than us, so we can't run. So let's hold up here and fight them off. And so we did. We did so, and also in the place where we hold up, there was like a basement cellar with like bodies of people who are also transformed, and a transformed person who might have been a family or something hold up. I'm pretty sure they were a family or something, and it was fucked up. And at the same time, that's when all the fighting happened, and I took a bunch of damage because I have quite a bit of damage apparently.
It was a baby. It was a Veligro
Yeah.
baby.
Is a
That's right.
baby.
Oh no.
From all the indications that you could see, it looked as though there was an untransformed family and a single childlike or baby-like Veligro that seemed to have eaten them all.
Hmm.
Can you comment any further on the physicality of the Veligro? Was there anything different about them than the ones you had initially encountered in Krantz?
Yeah, there were some that were different.
Some had more
Right.
physicality than
Yes.
others.
They were
No,
unique.
you're wrong. This leading question was a ruse.
They were all exactly the same.
Disadvantage.
That there were two that had mad hops. I do remember that. They were like
Yeah.
Air
They were
Jordan.
not like other
There goes
Veligros.
my camera.
Didn't
Get
they
'em,
have
get 'em.
like? Didn't they have like fire something or something else? There was like.
They did. Who remembers? There's something pertaining to
Oh
that.
wait, hold on. My Verligro
Hey.
mutation advanced, so I might know from that.
Two
One sec.
were
Oh, that'd be
bipedal.
interesting. Some of them were bipedal. That's correct.
That was it.
The other ones were like blackened and beefier.
They were all blackened in some capacity, as though they had been
Yeah.
burned quite
Yeah.
quite severely.
And then we burn them more
And then you
severely.
burn them
With
even further.
fireballs
Yes,
from the
you did.
sky.
Oh man,
Sure
Ah, that's where the
did.
fire came. Yeah, that's why.
Well, no, they were blackened before, but now they were extra blackened.
I love the smell
Well
of
done.
napalm in the morning.
Where the hell
It smells like
are those guys?
victory.
But yes, you, in addition to the normal Veligro you encountered, you seem to have uncovered some evolved
I was gonna
forms
say,
of Veligro.
All
Remember
right.
having like really like thin but
Oh,
long
yeah.
mouth?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Look at
like
their
that.
wolves.
Their jaws seem to have elongated even further,
Okay.
but they all they ran in packs with these bipedal creatures in the lead. Yes, and some were capable of jumping quite high in an attempt to snap at the heels of the flying Foz and Umlau. So potentially not safe in the air. Let's see here. What other details can you tell me? Zoom, you are looking at your enhanced mutation, which you did get at the end of last
Enhanced.
session. That should spark your memory about one trait of these Veligro that was different as well.
They were. Oh yeah, they were like poisonous,
That's right. They
and
had...
there was diseases. Didn't a couple of us get infected?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we
you
have.
sure did.
Not dead.
I got infected, and yeah,
And Cordax did.
Cordax got infected. So hope you like having a new character without an infection.
Tyler's all,
He's got
I want
adamantium
to
feet.
I want to play a really hard campaign with a bunch of monsters in it. And he's the only one who dies all the time.
2 times.
I gave it to myself the first time. But
Yeah,
I thought
you
we
did do that
I
to
thought we
yourself.
cured ourselves. I thought like Foz and when y'all did the cure wound or the detect disease and cure disease combo, or it was.
I don't recall a cure disease. I do recall a detect poison potentially.
Well, I don't know if it's the same as what Acasio had, so I guess maybe I'm Maybe I'm
I mean, there was
mistaken.
the one during Tyler's campaign where we had to like detect it and then cure the disease.
Yes, that is something that happened, but this could be
Yeah.
different. Sure, you haven't really investigated too much. We kind of ended right at the end of combat. So let's start there. Let's say you begin taking stock of your surroundings. For the most part, everyone is in fair health. Zoom in particular is coming down from a particularly aggressive transformation. His rage and subsequent infection now causing him a little bit of consternation. And he took a severe amount of damage, so he's like, his clothes are, torn to ribbons, his, fur matted with blood, and something like burning around the edges of the wounds that looks like infection. Like the wounds look festering and disgusting. And he's his normal ferocious self and his hybrid transformations are now a little more intimidating, given that he is covered in his own blood. Vulcan as well is severely damaged, though his wounds don't seem to fester the same way that Zoom's does. Furthermore, you missed Cordax, though lightly wounded, still looks like he's got a very deep gash along his side where he was bitten, and it looks horrible. It's a pretty bad scratch, but it looks bad and stinks like hell. You may have missed previously, but only there were 2 of you infected. But there was a concern that Kazdaye was as well. But as you guys look over at him, he's like, he takes his helmet off and he's like sweating profusely. But you can see like a mist rising off of his body, like a greenish tan mist, like he's sweating something off, like a mist out of his pores. And as he wipes his brow. Because he's immune to disease. Paladins get fucked, guys. And then Vulcan's a robot. So you're immune to disease, right, Vulcan?
It's yeah, immune to disease, resistance to poison.
Okay, cool. I assume
Must be
that,
nice.
but choose something less fleshy next time, Cordax. Maybe
We're all gonna die
adamantine
and
bodies.
become more forged.
This whole everyone new characters
To
all
make him
Warforged.
stronger.
This is a Warforged campaign now,
That could
and
be
you
how
are
the
now.
world turns out.
It could
Only
be a zombie
Warforged.
apocalypse.
Yeah.
We're gonna
And the
put
old-
them robots to work.
Listen, I would love if this whole
Terminator.
campaign went tits up and you guys all had to make Warforged and it was a zombie apocalypse.
I love sorry, I like Daniel's freeze right now. It's like this
It's a good
awkward
one.
smile. Where he's
It's
like,
a big smile.
He's happy.
yeah.
Right. So, as you count the dead around you, there are dozens of Veligro bodies.
Dozens of them. Dozens.
Dozens. The smell of charred and
Ew,
burnt
that's the
flesh.
worst, Daniel.
Oh,
my
I
god.
hate that. What the fuck,
That from
dude?
Total Recall?
What?
Yeah, no kidding.
Is that real?
God, he put it in the tavern chat too. It's not even the memes chat. Oh, we don't have a memes
Memes.
chat. Never
A
mind.
memes
This is all
chat,
memes.
It's all memes.
I'm not in the memes
Always
chat.
has been.
Everybody sees it. It's on the stream.
Never got a notification that you're streaming.
Wow, you're not a true believer. I knew it. I'm just kidding.
Who's gonna christen our memes channel?
Oh, do we have one now?
It exists.
That has to be a
It's been
makeup
birthed.
thing.
Yeah, it is. Animatronic thing.
Like true or total recall shit.
Perfect. Perfect.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey,
Hello.
What?
Oh, there is a memes one. What in
there
tarnation?
is now.
Oh, there is now.
We lost our
What a
DM.
first meme. Love it. We lost our DM. No, there he is.
Did.
Hello.
And is he? Is he?
Hello.
The video's back.
Hello.
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 Hey.
I had a temporary like a 5-second lapse in internet there for a second.
Did your
hopefully
dog
that
bite
doesn't
the
happen again.
Did your dog bite the cord?
Boy, I hope not. That would be really hard to explain at work tomorrow. Yeah, my dog ate my career work. Anyway, what was I saying? I couldn't look away from Daniel's fucking meme.
Then it was
Daniel's
so
meme broke my
distracting.
internet.
Oh, I didn't even see that it moved.
No,
it was
yeah.
just frozen. That's disturbing.
Yeah.
It's bad. Anyway, yes, like I was saying, the smell of charred bodies or charred flesh suffuses your noses, except for you, Wilkin. You don't have a nose.
Who took it?
What would you guys like to do?
This looks like a nice place to set up town.
Yep.
This is where we're living now. Yeah, I think we wanted to check out the big tower.
Yeah.
Power time.
I zoom.
God, what's my voice? Oh yeah.
I mean,
Southern hick.
I mean a cranch.
Cranch.
Ranch.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, what's up?
This wound, it hurts. Yours looks pretty bad too, eh?
Hold on, I'm on the wrong map. Here we are. What's this little thing around over my head?
I think that's
Done.
the disease.
Oh, my
Or something?
stunned.
You got crit missed or something, or
Yeah.
crit against, and you got stunned.
You've seen
Hmm.
scars.
magic.
Little birds. Chirp, chirp.
It's an illusion.
Oh, I see.
Is it? Oh yeah, I'm not
Oh, it's
feeling
gone.
too great.
I would assume
mean,
at this point as well, Foz and Umlau have landed to rejoin everybody.
Yes, the Foz has landed.
Mhm.
We're not going to refer to you as the president from here on out.
Tragic, eh? Foz, can you look at us, please?
Sure. Sec, I'm trying to see if I actually have any cleric-y stuff for this.
Maybe the cat can look as well.
I'll investigate the wound. I'm not exactly a healer. But if
Look,
it is of a
I'm
magical
a wizard, not a doctor.
I was just about to say,
I
I'm a cleric, not a doctor.
guess I will try to determine the nature of this toxin.
And how would you like to do that?
I mean, inspect it. I guess see if it's magical in nature.
Roll an Arcana check, I suppose.
Whoop.
And I'd like to medicinally check him
Please
in
do.
a doctorly fashion.
Doctor.
Oh, you wish.
Ooh.
Not today. Okay, so from what you can tell, Bud, that the wound is clearly shows some sign of infection. Though this type of infection you would expect, it's got like a type of necrosis around it. So wounds of this, infections of this nature and wounds of this style tend to take days to develop a necrosis, not a instantaneous effect. Though not unheard of. Some creatures do have a caustic, acidic, or even flesh-eating poison quality to their bites and such. These, however, seem to be like the skin seems to be curling back from the wound, as though it's like peeling away the top layer of your skin of Zoom's and Cordax's skin,
Well, that's not good.
creating a
Yikes.
flayed effect. Foz, you know, there are quite a few diseases in this world. Many of them natural, some of them devised or engineered. In some cases, from you know, a wizardly college, for instance, could develop a disease if given enough time and resources. Some magical reagents, if left too long in close proximity, can create an ill effect if breathed or ingested, could create a disease. So Arcana, like a magical disease is not unheard of. You're not sure with that roll, even at 26, if it is indeed arcane in nature, just by looking at it. But there does seem like the cleric side of you, your gut is telling you that there is something more at play here, potentially of a magical nature. It shows signs of influence in that way, but you can't tell for certain.
All right.
With a 19, would that medicine check tell me I might be able to fix that with some of the magic that I know? Or is this something I would need an additional outside actual like a potion or something?
With a 19, you're not entirely sure. Maybe with some more study, you'd be able to make more guesses. Or potentially with trial and error. You're not sure, though.
Gotcha.
So it's a poison, right?
In this case, mechanically, it is a disease.
Ah, okay. Got you.
Though I will remind the group in several instances already in your adventures, the diseases with creatures like these don't tend to follow the same rules as normal diseases do. They seem to be a bit more resistant to the normal purging effects. So your experience will have taught you that much. For instance, not Cordax. In
Cassia.
in Acassio's case, or in the case of the creatures you found in the Underdark, it required some sort of detection first before you were able to even begin resisting or purging the disease. In the case of the I forget what they're called, the bees that you found in not Odessa, it's
Ovella.
the Ovella. Thank you. As I recall, Kazdaye's attempts at lay on hands purging diseases only staved off some of the symptoms, but didn't actually remove the curse or the disease entirely. So this could be a similar situation since these creatures seem to fall into a similar vein. However, you're not entirely sure. That's awesome.
Well, I do not have the tools available to me at the moment. I may be able to try some more investigation, but I must prepare overnight.
Well, nothing. Sounds like there ain't much we can do about it now. Let's just keep moving.
Well, and if it does kill you, don't worry, I can bring it back.
I feel a few of us need
That's
heals.
fucking dark.
Primarily Zoom.
yes, of course.
Vulcan, you're looking pretty beat up too.
Pretty
Ew.
low.
I'm
Perhaps
right
a
next to
short
Vulcan.
rest. You know what?
Can we take a rest, or are we still getting
Short
charged?
rest, maybe?
Short rest?
Let's see.
I could take a short rest.
Or is that what you guys want to try and do?
How about we just check out the tower, or just do some heals real quick, check out the tower, and then head back to the ship. Because I don't see any reason why we need to stay here. Do you, eh?
Maybe the safest bet.
All right. Well, if we're not resting, then I could use a heal.
Well, I'm fairly tapped.
Lucky
If-
for you, I'm not. And I'll start rubbing my paws together. Give me a second.
We came here to figure out what happened, right? Like, it's just Valigro?
Yeah.
Is that what we're settling on?
Well, yeah. Peligro.
Explained.
Got
Pay
it.
me.
It's
Don't
bad.
take my payment now.
But we're also concerned that
Well, it's done.
the Wardens of the Wild were supposed to be investigating this, and they're not here, so we assume that they're up in what's the place up north?
Nadir.
Nadir.
Potentially, but they did the
So
leader
that's
of
across
the
the
Wardens.
channel, right?
Nah, same
No, it's
continent,
different
just
one.
north.
Okay.
The leader of the Wardens brought her a contingent down this way, but have not been heard from since Gildan's fall, or even after she left. I guess
There's,
she left after Gildan fell. So
Isla Vidara, right? That's who it was.
that's
Okay.
right.
I'm
So-
gonna go ahead. I could do my big heal, but really only 2 of you are hurting, so I don't want to.
Yeah.
I think you already used one as well.
I have. I used 1 third level spell slot. I have not used my 4th.
Someone has healing
y-
too.
You were I don't know why you weren't there at the end of the session. I'm just confirming this because I rewatched it recently. You used your feature where you ran through everybody and healed everybody. So these
I
are
did.
the yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That's
I just want to
not
make sure that's
well,
reflected.
Healing walk.
yeah. It's my
He wasn't there. He got tired and he had to wake up early.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had
no
to,
worries.
that was the balm of peace.
Yes.
But I will go ahead at first on Vulcan and 3rd level. Gonna go ahead and go. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on you.
Ooh.
Nice for 20 health.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Nice.
Who's that?
I
Jake?
appreciate it.
Vulcan.
That's for Vulcan.
Okay.
And then for Zoom, I'll do the same thing and use my last 3rd level spell slot. There we go. And let's see. Same thing, 20.
Nice. Well done. I'll have Kazdai use his pool of lay on hands healing to top himself up, so you
Okay.
don't have to use any more resources
Awesome.
on him.
Beautiful.
Or
I have a ring of regeneration, so I might periodically ask like how much time has passed.
Okay. I will begin the running timer in my head that I save particularly for Odasses. It's set to a 13-hour clock with 3
Egg
moves.
timer.
Where even is my lay on hands pool?
For every 1 month of real world time, 1 minute passes in the game.
That's right.
Ooh,
That's
Never get anything done.
right.
This little
Nice
maneuver is
words.
going to cost us 80 years.
I can't do math right now. Hang on. To the calculator.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep.
Basic math is beyond me at this moment. 15. That's how much I heal.
Basic ass.
15.
In my head, I just imagined like a little display popped up on Vulcan's chest, and Kazdai is just using Vulcan as a calculator. Just boop, 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 boop. Ah, there we go.
But it's like a rolling tumbler, like padlock. I have to like move
Yeah,
the
yeah.
little keys down.
Abacus.
All right. So make sure your health pools are reflected thusly. With
To the
the
tower.
with the highest perceptions, passive perceptions, Faz and Kazdae. Actually, that doesn't seem right.
Actually,
But what is your passive
20.
perception? Okay, these counts are not accurate. That's why. Okay.
Yeah, my
Also
health is
16, I believe.
for some reason, but that's
Yeah, you'll make sure also that you've clicked the Beyond 20 button. Maybe that has something to do with it as well, but for your health anyway. So for those of you
Hurry
with
up.
a 16 or higher, you guys passive perception, you can hear the faint sound of howls in the far distance. Baleful, and it sounds like there's a pack out there somewhere in the wastes surrounding. To the
There's not
tower?
The last of them.
Let's be quick, eh?
Let us go.
Very well. You head further inward toward the watchtower. I'm just going to kick us back to the world map because I don't actually have a map for this. But use your imaginations, if you will. Take a journey with me into your imaginations.
So green.
The inner imaginations of my mind are an enigma.
I'm going to stop that because you're not on the ocean, and I don't have wind. So as you approach, you can tell that the tower takes an odd shape, partially because, as I'll remind you, it's been hit by some sort of flying meteor-like object, and the top quarter of the tower, top third of the tower, has been smashed and spread out across the ruins of Gildan. You seem to be following its trajectory path as kind of like the easiest, mode of travel, given that like it's like the rubble has just fragmented and cleared a path straight to the tower from the middle of the city. But more notably, as you approach, it seems to be less of a tower. It's got like a kind of let me make sure I actually did I write it in here? No. It takes almost like a square-like shape from bottom to top, almost like as a tall, thin pyramid, like an obelisk almost. As you approach, you can see that the surrounding area around the tower has got like a stone wall that seems to have been built for defense. Periodic watchtowers dotted in equal intervals around its perimeter, embrasures for archers and other stone throwers and hot oil placed along the interior of the wall for defenders to place themselves along. From this distance, you can see a giant hole in the wall sitting directly below the impact point of the tower. Big, like mason stones, just like half embedded in the floor in the random intervals. Upon closer inspection of these the rubble, you can see bits of the tower have like this almost like an obsidian like quality to them. They're highly polished, but now shattered and kind of like almost like a glass like pattern. There's like the only thing I can think of as I describe it is like in the 3D printers how you have like that like mesh in the hollow spaces. Some of this obelisk stone has that kind of quality to it, almost crystalline in nature. Let's see.
Always comes back to the crystals.
It always comes back to crystals. Matt's all about it. Matt's anyway.
It's all about that blue
crystal.
glass.
That's right.
Oh, wrong
and
crystal.
Jesus, James. Christ alive.
Oh.
This is the one right next to it.
Well, so you can assume that once the meteor hit the tower, the parts of the wall fell with it.
Does the line of impact, like of the damage, seem to trace a line to the big crater across the water that we?
It does seem that way, yes. And a big trench has just kind of been opened up, and rubble kind of scattered
Very
outward.
anime laser blast.
In a sense,
fashion?
yeah.
Okay.
Something struck this with extreme heat and force. The shrapnel of the tower having caused a lot of damage already, but the impact of whatever hit this place and its general passing seemed to have ejected most of the town from away from itself.
Is there any evidence of it like a meteoric influence?
If you
asking.
recall from when you flew over the impact points, that crater, you saw no evidence of an object or otherwise residing there. Nothing like big hunk of rock would have been pretty obvious to have created that crater, but nothing existed in that point. All right, so let's see. As you approach the opening in the tower, the surrounding wall of the tower, you see greenery, and your first signs of greenery and palm trees that are swaying gently in the evening breeze. If it weren't so, if the evening wasn't so harrowing, you might actually find it beautiful. The grounds appear to have been converted into a variety of lush gardens or some sort of park. You can see benches evenly dotted at crossroads along each pathway, running in a circle around the base of the tower. And you can even hear the faint burble of some sort of fountain off to one side. The park appears to have one point been well kept and carefully managed. However, it seems as though at this point no one has been available to perform any kind of upkeep, and it's begun to either, in the case of some plants, to overgrow their planter boxes, and in others to have withered and died completely. Great dunes of sand have built up against the planters with the lack of caretakers to sweep it away, and it seems like nature is kind of retaking this place. But from this point outside the wall, you would need to get closer to see anything else. So,
I will send up my familiar to fly and surveil the area.
all right. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me, then.
Extras.
Does anybody else want to do anything while
Keen
he is
hearing
doing
and
this?
sight. I'm doing this with advantage because Owl has keen hearing and sight.
Indeed.
21.
Very well. Yeah. This up. What happens to that? Very good. Okay. Let's see here. So you can see, most of what I described. The tower has kind of like this. I I hate drawing metaphors because it always pulls your minds in other directions. But it's got a very orthanc style garden. It's got circles, perfectly symmetrical and well placed circular paths around the tower with radial lines heading out into other parts of the city. If you weren't told that this was a watchtower and you didn't see the defensible wall for yourself, this doesn't seem like you're not sure if this place had been the garden had been grown before or after the wall went up, because you were told that this was a watchtower of some sort. Let me see. What other details can I tell you at this point? The how high up are you going, and what are you going to focus on?
Just if there's any activity or whatever inside of the walls. And then kind of a brief scan of the outer horizon to try to see if I can see where that pack that we heard might be moving, if it's visible.
You take a brief glance around the area, the garden areas and surrounding tower for activity. You see little to none. But when you move your gaze upward for your owl familiar to scan the horizon line, you. I mean, I don't. I seem to recall telling you this. I don't recall if I did before, but there you go. You did see a great dust cloud as the Veligro approached, coming into the city and into the city of Gildan at a full sprint. You see a similar cloud way off in the distance, in the very, very last vestiges of sun that creeps behind the hills and dunes.
Okay. It's about sundown. Then in that case.
It's past
Right.
sundown.
Oh,
I would
past
say
sundown. Okay.
even like the sun is almost completely set at
Oh,
this point.
okay. The courtyard seems clear.
How much time needs to pass before you start regenerating health, Vulcan?
Every 10 minutes.
Every 10 minutes. Okay, fair enough.
Need my help.
Would anybody else like to do anything? I'm assuming you guys are still outside the walls, not in the garden yet.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming.
Giving you that opportunity before.
Are there windows in the tower?
Good question. See if you roll a perception check for yourself. See if you can see.
Not currently. They're updating.
Boom.
And I forgot your Windows settings, so.
Also, upgrade to 11 is free.
30/20.
With a 20, yes, this place does have windows. They're dotted up pretty high. At varying intervals, you see openings or balconies are set into this obelisk.
Okay, because I still have those like spider slippers. You know what I mean? So I can I can vertically climb things.
Yeah.
Spider Dreek.
But it's the same movement speed of 30 feet, so it's like 3 floors?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how about I climb to the... Is there a window on the 3rd floor?
So there doesn't seem to be specific,
Yeah.
floor structure that you can see from the outside, but you can kind of gauge 30 feet, potentially a 3rd floor, like you're judging by normal scale of buildings. Like, and this tower is freaking huge, right? You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, that makes sense. You think you could get up to an opening about 3 stories up?
All right, Dreek will he'll climb up and vertically walk up and peer through a window.
Sounds good. Are you going to run through this park stealthily, or just full board, get to the tower and start running up the side?
I would like to do it stealthily.
All right, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Yes. Well, I'm a rogue.
You're a rogue. All I hear is Mira saying, "Ow, fuck, ow!"
Oh no!
Somebody stubbed their toe.
He's teasing.
No, so someone's getting bit.
Ah.
Old Mr. Bitey is back in
The
town.
price of love.
Price of love. Yeah.
Oh, puppy's so cute. Ow.
Son of a bitch. Yes. Okay. So you begin stealthing into the park with the intent of climbing the tower.
Mm-hmm.
What are the rest of you doing?
Watching.
Waiting.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out just in case there's anything in the area.
Is
Yep.
the obsidian
Commiserating.
part of it, or do I feel like that's a reaction? As a result of a reaction.
Great question. Roll an investigation check with advantage because you have the minute seeing.
Hmm. Wow.
Hell of a roll.
Mm.
You can't be sure.
It is very black.
It's very black. But all of the rubble seems to share this quality, so take that for what you will. Not all of the rubble. Like you look at the you look from what you can see on the tower
Hmm.
and like what rubble is around you, and all shares that same obsidian like quality, so it could be.
I will keep some in my inventory. Just grab like a handful.
Sure. Go ahead and add a fistful of obsidian to your crystalline obsidian to your inventory.
Fistful of
Jesus.
Obsidian. That's my favorite movie. Great cowboy flick.
What are the rest of you doing while this is going on? Okay. Dreek, as you enter the park, you stay low to the planter boxes as cover, but it seems pretty exposed in here. You feel like... What's your passive insight? Or what's your insight in general?
+2.
Okay. You can't tell if like it's really the case, but you get the feeling that you're being watched. You just can't tell from where. But do you continue forward?
Oh, I'm sorry. Passive insight 12, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 12. So I feel like I'm being watched, but I can't tell.
Yeah. You can't tell if you're just kind of like you've got a bad feeling about this sort of scenario, or like you're just kind of you're just spooked by the previous encounter. But
I'll continue.
all right, sounds good. The further in you go, you begin to see bodies strewn around the park. Sorry, Daniel, I should have told you this as well.
Okay.
I probably should have told you this as well. But I did write it as well. It's not a square, it's a hexagonal obelisk. Anyway, closer look at this, so you can see that the tower is half buried in the sandstone as well, from the bottom up. It looks like it could continue further down, but you're not entirely sure. The bodies around this area like have various... Well, that depends. You can get a closer look, or if you want, but some are piled, some are strewn about, but it's not the same carnage that it was when you saw the bodies inside the city of Gildan, where it's like been like mangled, mauled, or torn to shreds. In this case, it seems a little different.
My investigation's bad, but I guess I could investigate a body
If you'd like to,
if I'm close enough.
you can be.
All right, let's do that.
Nice.
Well,
with a 14, as you approach one of the bodies, you can tell that like it shows signs that, like, and you're familiar with this because it's of your forte and longbows. It shows signs of having been shot by arrows. This body shows no signs of like scratches or bites or anything along those lines. They do, however, show like signs of like a skin having been like, it looks like patches of skin have just been like removed, almost either by someone like cutting it off or like flayed it off. It also appears as though like his fingernails are like elongated and sharpened into claws, and he's got fangs inside his mouth.
Oh snap!
But whoever shot this guy with full of arrows removed the arrows afterward. In addition, you can see that some of the bodies have been piled and burned. Others have just been like left to rot in the sun where they lie.
Dang. Am I like close enough to the entrance to like go grab everybody?
Like if you want to go back, I would say so. Yeah, you're within your rights to turn around if you wish.
All right, I'll do so. And relay this information.
Sounds good. What is everybody else doing while he's out investigating? Anybody want to do anything?
I'm just waiting. I'm not a perceptive boy.
I'm a-
Let's see.
I'm a very
If-
perceptive boy, so if there's any Sistine or if anybody wants to look around with me, at least from the vantage point we have.
If there is time, I would like to. Well,
At
do
the
I
rate
have
you're
it?
talking, no.
Are you?
Oh yeah, I do. If I have enough time, like if this is taking, I'll start it at least. And ritually casting detect magic.
Okay, I'll say that you begin that. What is the
And-
range on detect magic?
30 feet.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know how long this whole thing's taking. But if there's enough time, then do that, and then it stays up for a bit,
Certainly.
for 10 minutes.
Okay, sounds good. Very well. Dreek returns unscathed, uninterrupted, and relays everything he has seen to you all.
Boy.
Perhaps we are not alone.
Is this something we should investigate further?
I mean, probably.
If I'm still casting the spell, I'm still casting the spell and not participating.
You are.
Well, do we think we found enough to put in a year, or how? So, how big is the tower again? How?
I mean,
what's
we're
the
talking.
circumference of this tower?
It's pretty large. I can't give you a metric in feet, per se. Let's
many
say it's like
cubits?
the size of a large office building. You know, we could talk like 10-story office building with the top cut off as it is. So a couple hundred feet, maybe. I'm not sure. I've always been bad at guessing distances or heights. Yep, that's right. That big. That's exactly it. If you stand far enough back, it's that big.
Stand your eyes, or stand back, squint your eyes, wave your arms. You know, point
Right.
mass.
Yeah, that
Point
works.
mass, that's right.
Checks out.
What do?
Well, do we want to go in? How do we feel?
Well, Matt, did you? Is there anything I saw from up here with my? I mean, I can actively perceive, but with that 20 passive.
20 passively, I wouldn't say you see anything of note in particular. I would say you note a swarm of carrion birds gathering over the bodies, like high up, as though like they've spotted the bodies and are now like kind of
Yeah.
circling for a meal.
Okay, well, I'll go one further and just try and focus in on maybe where they're circling, possibly seeing if. Really hoping that they're not moving dead bodies, but just to get an idea.
I mean, with this, you're not. Sorry, you're checking to see if the bodies are moving.
You know, I've seen.
No,
some
I
shit,
mean it's fair.
And it's like
it's fair.
You know, they're starting to circle around where the bodies are. I'm just looking to see if any of them are moving, or if there's anything eating them. Just to be ready.
So far, you see nothing from your vantage point.
Yeah, that's good.
Nobody's moving from what you can tell.
Okay. It's the little things. The little wings.
And by the little things, it's the little bugs inside of the corpse that get you.
Yes.
The tiny spiders in the
What
chimney.
about the birds?
What about the bees?
Stupid.
At this point, I would say, Vulcan, you regenerate another hit, whatever.
Nice.
Y-
And then we slap him so he loses it.
It'll be a strong slap.
Zoom
Positivine, your detect magic is finished.
That case, the first thing I'll do is I will do a once over of Zoom and what's your new character's name, Tyler? I always forget.
It's right there.
It's written.
Cordax.
Oh well, it just switched. Yeah, now it says Tyler.
It's Tyler.
Yes, I investigate Tyler.
Yeah, as you look,
First, we'll
as
look
you
at their
give them-
wounds.
As you give them a once over, you can what kind of magic would that even fall under? You can see the faint essence of a transmutive school of magic surrounding the wounds. So there's some sort of like magical quality to it, transmuting their skin or otherwise. It's a little hard to focus though because a lot of it's almost as though like you've put on night vision goggles in the daytime. There is a general residue of magic, like a big evocative destructive magic sitting in this path that you've nestled yourself in the wall in. In addition, there
of something powerful, essentially.
yes.
Okay.
In addition, there seems to be some sort of like abjuration magic lingering in the air that has been shattered at some point or other. It's like it's just like dust, you know, but it's a strong enchantment or a strong enough enchantment that it still clocks in your detect magic scans. I'll say.
Does it surround the area where the tower is?
No, mostly just kind of in the air everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like everywhere, like in the like even outside the tower, or just in the tower area?
Yes, outside the tower area, outside the garden area. So let me. Here. How about this? So you got this circle here. That's the tower, right? You've got this big old trench where oh boy, you got this big old trench here.
Oh no.
Where the
trench.
where
Sus.
whatever
Big trench.
what and then there's
You
there's
have my
a
attention.
there's an impact point here where where the
No, stop doing that.
what is that?
I don't know. It just started drawing on its own because I wanted.
It's
to
all
draw a
gone
line.
horribly wrong.
It's got claws.
So you guys are nestled somewhere
Keep going.
somewhere hang on, I can't how do you freehand this?
Oh, you got lost the words.
How do you
You
free
wanna-
ball this? You're nestled
Two hands
somewhere
or one?
here in the trench, where the this evocation magic has just kind of ripped through the town, right? But in the surrounding town as a whole, this abjuration magic seems to just be everywhere. It doesn't seem to matter where. Well, I guess in this diagram it doesn't really make sense, but it doesn't really matter like where you look as far as the town is concerned. That abjuration magic seems to have been there at one point and then shattered.
Good to know. From my knowledge of being originally from this area, as well as a member of the Wizards Guild, was this area known to have like
Oh,
protective
you're-
magics
Ooh, interesting.
surrounding it?
Roll a history check.
Whoop.
That's lewd. It wasn't a penis.
No.
I'm just a football announcer. Drawing diagrams. With a 14, you would know that there is a hang on, let me think of how to phrase this. There were rumors that the obelisk was. So you know the obelisk because you're from the area. It's pretty well known. It's called the Shadra Spire.
Like Shadra.
Yes, Shadra
Ah,
Spire.
oh, so dress. Okay.
With a 14, it's pretty common knowledge that the city of Gildan sprung up around the obelisk. And you know, it isn't so much as like this spot itself has no like, direct value other than its proximity to the ocean. But all attempts at siege against this place have largely been unsuccessful, and itself has had much prosperity just by proxy of a guild presence, a standing army presence. It's had good fortune over its lifespan. It's always been rumored that there's some sort of enchantment in place, or that there was some sort of like god watching over this place, god or goddess, deity, if you will. So your detection of an abjuration of a shield of some kind seems to lend credence to that theory that something was here, but nobody knows what it is.
All right, I will relay that to the party. I will also, if we've walked inside the walls into the courtyard, pass detect magic over one of the corpses as well.
Are you guys going into the courtyard?
Seems that way.
Why not?
Very
Alright,
well.
Here we go.
Don't bring me back.
Don't bring me back. Let me die.
Leave me here.
Okay, very well. You guys proceed into the courtyard where you can get a better look into what Dreek was describing, and it's as he reported. It looks, but as you go further into this garden, it seems as though there's like some sort of conflict that's happened here. Some of the bodies show varying states of decay. Like some have been here longer than others. Some still smolder and smoke, as though like they were freshly burned. Others don't. You're not entirely sure if this is like a standing conflict or something else. Entirely. As you pass Fosradine, your magic detect magic over the corpses. It doesn't appear that there is any kind of lingering effects on their wounds still.
Okay.
I'll say at this point, you guys are kind of arrayed around this point of conflict. Inspecting the bodies, looking around. Does anybody else want to do anything?
I'm gonna go up and try and move one of the bodies. Like if there's one that's like, I don't want to inspect their faces.
Sure. You place a boot onto one of the bodies and roll it over, and as you do so, you're suddenly met, like the body kind of springs up, and a pistol is drawn in your face.
Ooh.
What?
You blast your brains out.
Oh no!
New character.
Kill.
You can
I'm
hear
done.
the sounds of shifting sand and rustling leaves as people spring up around in the garden all around you. Varying weapons drawn, bow strings, guns, and other effects. These people seem to have been laying in wait, camouflaged in varying like paints and colors, waiting for you to come further into the courtyard.
Oh man.
Most of
we
them
are the enemy.
Most of them are at range. Like a good portion of them seem to be at range, but a few of them are close with daggers and scimitars, light blades drawn, hiding amongst the corpses.
I immediately cast invisibility. Not even joking.
Not even joking. You hear a voice shout, "Stay where you are. and a fairy fire drops right over where you all are.
I'm going to
Oh.
dodge.
Too bad invisibility's in action.
So it's fairy fire.
You hear the voice continue, throw down your weapons.
Zoom takes his cooking utensils and just
Yep.
drops them.
Greek, you can see people placed up in the balconies where once they were empty, there are now people with bows and weapons drawn from firing positions up in the tower.
Throw down your
Where
weapons,
the-
master.
Oh no, we're gonna die, Kitty Die! We're gonna die! They're gonna sell us for ransom, and then
You can take
they're
him.
gonna kill us.
Take the loud one.
They'll sell us for avocados, mate. Anyway,
Zoom, Cordex, your skin begins to itch,
Ooh.
The itch.
and you can feel blood pooling in your mouth.
Poison.
Not enough that like it's just like dribbling down your front, but like you can swallow it and such. But
I spit it out. I don't want to swallow it.
there are sores in your mouth that weren't there before.
That's disgusting. I don't like that.
I hate that.
No.
I hate
Yeah.
that.
You know, canker sores. For both of you, you both gain a +5 to intimidation checks and a -5 to persuasion checks. And there's more, but I'll tell you when it comes up.
Oh god.
Okay.
Oh boy.
My -1 gets +5, and my -1 gets -5.
Actually, it's the same for me. That's
That's wild.
how do I edit this?
Just go next to it or click it, and then you can customize.
Okay.
And
I didn't
it's
mean to.
Stat override.
Is it skill override or skill miscellaneous
Bonus.
bonus?
Miscellaneous bonus. How do you go negative?
Bonus.
Yes.
Ooh.
Hey. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Handle him. Handle him.
Handled.
Perception.
Consider these-
You've been
Persuasion check?
handled.
No persuasion checks necessary at this point. I'm just telling you what the effects of what's happening to you is.
I'll
This is just
do
kind of like
override,
a
I
passive
guess.
thing.
What the fuck is that?
You see, as down the steps of the tower, you can see a pale figure, with extremely long auburn hair. She's got like a almost like alabaster skin, like it's kind of just resonant in the rising moon. She's got like this ethereal air to her, but she's holding belayed by this like very muscular build, and she's holding a crossbow trained at you all. She's walking down the steps cautiously and but crossbow raised. She says, "Are there infected among you?"
It's The Walking Dead.
I'm not a liar. Please, someone keep my mouth shut.
I wish Umla were here.
I'll spare you, but Zoom just goes, no, and like blood just comes out of his mouth. Inflected with what?
I'm gonna be sick.
I forgot about deception, didn't I? As written, I'll say that you have a
I will-
-5 deception as well. But
I am not trying to be deceptive.
Okay. Wait, so you said no, but you're not trying to be deceptive?
I mean, I'm being like obviously
Obvious.
like I am infected.
Shit.
Cheese?
Jeez.
I wasn't expecting you guys to tell the truth in this scenario. I don't know why. I don't know what scenario I thought you would
Keep it
say
on
yes,
toes.
we're infected.
Cordax didn't say anything.
I know. You say no. I guess.
I'm feeling great.
Still sounding more like a deception.
No.
I mean, would you like me to roll? I will
Yes.
give myself the negative. if that's
roll a deception with the -5 with the intent that we know it's probably going to fail, but you never know.
I could
Give
potentially.
me the 20.
Miscellaneous skill bonus -5.
I was
Lucky
really
number
hoping you'd roll a
13. It became a 7 though. So
Oh wow. Number math. She says, "How many?"
Kordax is still invisible, right?
Yeah, but he's got a fairy fire outline around him.
But with Fairy Fire, don't you get a chance to
No,
make a dex save?
That's fair.
That's what I was referring to.
Let me double check. Fairy.
I am dexterous. Dexterous.
Dexterous.
Dexterous.
Nissan Dexterous.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw. It's pretty good.
Just noticed Tyler's Discord picture.
Yeah, I knew you liked that one.
Is that one of the AI things?
Pretty damn good.
That's how Bill changed his.
Okay, so I will say that you were not under the effects of fairy fire, but I will say I'll say that you get the impression that how do I say this? You are currently invisible, but you get the impression that you were probably seen walking in.
Mm.
So do with that information what you will, but
I'm still
like
standing
they
still.
know
I'm not trying to leave.
they know your number, but they now know you're invisible. So
Okay.
how many else are infected, and how far along?
I say we let him go.
He says, "And the invisible member of your troop, he shall be deemed guilty if he does not reappear."
Of what?
Guilty of being one of them.
Hey, we're from the guild. Can someone else do the talking?
And nobody steps up.
Anybody?
I'll step up. I put my. I'll say this. I'll put my shield on my back, but I'll put my morning star on the ground.
Sure.
Just hands up, kind of thing. My name is Bishop Bud, and well, I can't see invisible people, but he's here somewhere, and he definitely seemed sick. And my skills at healing are tapped out when it comes to that.
Son of a bitch.
He's about as far along as my big friend here. I never tell a lie.
Roll a persuasion check. And good old Abe.
Kodak shall remember this.
I will assist. It was a recent encounter.
Dark side points.
Only about an hour, 2 hours ago.
Kordax will become visible, but he'll be closer to the group while he does so.
Okay.
Just crossed arms.
I got snitched on.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check, Daniel.
Oh, can I just give Josh advantage?
I'll say in this case no because you spoke up.
Okay. I can never find it. No. Where's it? There's. Here we go. Good old -2. Nope. All right. This is why I wasn't talking.
The
Sweet.
surrounding assailants seem to kind of close ranks a little bit, like forming a perimeter around you guys. She says, "Be that as it may, Bishop Bud, If I'm to grant you amnesty within the tower, I need you to turn your infected away.
I don't know if I can turn them away. Is there any possibility of at least restraining them in some kind of cells while I work out a way to possibly heal them?
She says, we have already tried and failed. What do you know that might help?
Through Helm, all things are possible.
The deities have left this land.
Well, if you just were to open your hearts, I promise you, anything could happen.
I am acting leader of the Wardens. If I open my heart to you and the infected, more will die.
Well, I wouldn't want that. My life's mission is to heal and to help.
She is our contact. Our contact.
I heard something else.
Our cont.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Can we say that on Twitch?
I would say
We'll find out.
Game of Thrones can do it. Why can't we?
Cancelled.
Yeah, what the heck?
Canceled. Yeah, I wish it was canceled. Cordax, as you think that she's your contact, you take a closer look at her, and she shares more similarities with Kazdae than yourself. Yourself being an elf, correct?
I am a Eladrin elf. Yeah.
Right. So she has like an ethereal nature to her, but not the same kind of like grace and like eternalness that the elves tend to have. She's shorter for sure, stockier. Her eyes glow a different shade than you're used to. You're not convinced this is the same person. Unless she's some elf you've never some variation of elf you've never heard.
Okay. Sorry. We knew the race of the warden.
You
the
told
leader of the
me you told me that she was an elf before I ever took over. So
I'm saying Cordax knew this.
I would say this is common knowledge.
Okay.
This would have been like a part of the dossier before you even left, kind of thing.
Okay.
But she holds more similarities to Kazdae.
Okay. So I'll make an insight check to see if she's full of shit. I guess.
Sure, yeah, go ahead. With the 14 for her part, she seems to think she's acting captain.
We expected an elf, yeah.
Hold up. If you speak of Isla, she is now infected. She has been removed from duty.
Can I insight that?
By all means.
Does she mean she killed Isla?
Look to the right, and she's hanging off the wall.
Yeah. Ah.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
We should come from the other side. Yeah.
You look down. There's an Isla carpet you're standing on.
Unwell.
You get a very similar read. She seems blunt in her honesty. You get the impression from your perspective, she's telling the truth. You think she's telling the truth.
Quick huddle, everyone. Can I like motion everyone just to go? Can we talk to each other for a fucking?
For a fucking.
Oh, yeah.
She says, "You stay away from the rest, infected."
I'm not gonna bite them.
I will reach out telepathically with my Kalishtar telepathy.
Ooh.
And what did you want to say, Zoom?
Well, I mean, we don't have to play here. We were just gonna feel what's going on.
You're talking in your mind, so you don't need to do the tongue thing. So I can actually understand you. That's Daniel talking. Sorry.
Will.
His accent changed.
Hello, Bean.
He thinks in French. It's a French accent. He says in his mind, I mean, I'm fine with leaving. We weren't planning on staying anyway. What if we just asked someone to come with us that we could take to Nadir to report to the guild? Or I can leave. I can go to Nadir. Me and Cordax can go to Nadir.
On foot. I don't think.
Well, we could take our.
I don't think we can manage.
We take the ship.
I don't think we can manage taking the ship with just us two.
There's also in Zoom in Foz's head, so
Yeah.
no opportunity to respond in this case.
Unless you said that out loud.
Well, would you be able to spare someone to travel to Nadir to inform them of the situation?
We've already sent runners, but none return. The packs prowl the dunes. I don't know why I suddenly sound like you.
I mean, they are isn't
No,
Foz
she's
from
not. Foz is from here, but this lady is technically not from here.
not
She
from
says,
the ranch.
we have sent run. She sounds like in my head. I just like see her. She's getting buffer as the conversation goes on, and then like she became Zarya in my head, and then she was just like, "You can leave if you win an arm wrestle." Like, you know.
That is either.
She says, "Our runners have not returned. We have sent many to Nadir. The rest we cannot spare. They defend the rest of the Gildans remaining in the tower."
We may be able to provide passage. We have an airship.
For how many?
How many can our airship fit? It wasn't terribly large. I remember
It's
that.
not terribly large. You could
Maybe
maybe
20.
fit an extra.
I was
Maybe.
referring to passage for a messenger, not necessarily the civilian.
Yeah, not the whole town. Yeah. What?
Before we get there, then Foz, I would need you to roll a persuasion check.
Oh boy,
Persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have
Persuasion.
any.
Why don't you
nope.
roll some persuasion, honey?
Yep, nope. All right, this is gonna go swell. Whoop.
Ooh.
Well, that's a big fat
Oh.
0 right there.
Oh.
She
Why is the -2 charisma character being the face?
because the highest charisma character is DMing at the moment, and the other one
And the other one isn't here.
She gives you a respectful nod and says, it is appreciated, but by the time you return, I fear we may be dead."
What? I mean, we know there's Veligro. I mean, we know there's Veligro, but what started all this?
Spit your mouth.
What started?
A great beast walks the dunes, gathering his pack. But what started this, we cannot say.
I look at like the big fucking explosion in the side of the the like courtyard and in the tower. I'm like, I was more referring, well, also kind of referring to this.
It has not happened since, and there is no indication that something will happen like it will happen again. Whatever it was smashed this place to pieces, and then the packs came to steal the city away.
This great beast in the desert, has it been seen?
Yes, and I fear that is why none of our messages have reached Nadir.
I would like to describe the Earth Doomwaker that I saw in my vision and ask if it looks like that.
The Earth
I
Doomwaker.
think there was one, just in fact, I believe.
Wind.
Where is it? Journal? Monsters, Doomwakers. I thought I saw one.
I only have 2. You may
Yeah, I
have
only
initially
have 2.
seen. You may,
Yeah,
you may
I
have.
remember I saw like 4 initially.
It's not that one. Let me hang on. Let me get a quick
Because I believe there was an Earth one. Because there were
I
like
have it.
elements, there
I
was,
think
like,
it's under
sky,
a different.
water.
I have it under a different name. I think it was the Doommaker of Beasts, or of the
Might have been that.
Dunes. I have an image of it in one of my thousands of
It was like a
tabs. Let me find it.
turtle-y sort of looking thing.
I'm gonna send it to you directly on Facebook, Daniel,
Oh boy.
so you can describe it aloud if you wish.
Alright.
That's the one you're referring to, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Does it have a try-opening maw full of many teeth and a sort of plating behind the head? Skinless. Quadrupedal. Much, much larger than one of those Veligro.
The king of the pack. Yes, this is what you describe.
Hmm.
You have yet to see it, I suppose. Otherwise, your infected would have turned on you.
Is that what progresses this infection?
No.
Seeing this piece?
Time progresses its infection. Its veracity. But its howl will spark an anger in those bitten by Veligro.
Mm.
Those you once called friends will turn and slaughter you in droves. Our company was many. Now we are few. We defend this tower because that is all that's left. We have supplies for siege, but I fear if the pack comes in full force, we will be overrun. And I cannot move this quantity of civilians safely without passage.
Shoot, what was I gonna say? How long does this infection take to progress?
Mere days. First, hang on, let me go to my notes.
Fuck this shit.
The heartier among you may resist for some time. However, it begins with an itch beneath your skin.
I'm feeling itchy already, eh? Zoom, how about you?
I'm like already furiously itching.
You guys can't help but itch. Like
I'm just like,
it's and it's almost like painful.
My
Like
asshole
how-
itches something fierce, eh?
it itches on the inside. Rest eludes those infected. Exhaustion takes hold. Blood and festering wounds. Then they become angry, prone to fits. They lash out. And we learned early on never to wake one who is infected from their slumber. Eventually, they become more like the beast. Claws, fangs. And while they maintain their mental capacities, one howl from the packs is all it takes for them to turn on each other and us. The disease is virulent and is passed easily.
But have you tried to treat it? I know you have said nothing, there is not a cure, but have you found anything to staunch or slow the effects?
How do I describe this? Rest seems to abate the symptoms for a time. Lots of sleep. No natural medicines we have in our limited supply seem to do much. And there are no clerics among us. We are the wardens.
Well, now you've got one amongst you.
She gives you kind of like a speculative look, just like up, gives you an up and down, and says, "Perhaps you could help, or perhaps I let the wolves in amongst the sheep."
Well, allow me to just try. That's all I ask.
And what assurances can you give me that you can help?
Well, what would you require? I do not have much money, and neither would
If
the
you
word of
did.
a stranger. But if I did, the word of a
She
stranger.
says, "Put down your infected like the rabid dogs they are."
Is that what you did to Ayla?
She lives for now.
You
Only
didn't
out of
put her
respect
down?
for her do I keep her alive in chains.
Oh, and out of respect, I keep my friends here alive.
You can roll a persuasion check for that.
Alright, I'll give it a try and win back those light side points with Kordax.
She says,
My ass.
I believe you are good at heart, Bishop Bud. But is it not Helm's edict to protect the many, not the few?
Well, there is truth in what you say. I must also say that he wishes to protect all those who seek to be protected. And that is what I must do. So I will say this. If it comes to the point where they are no longer themselves, I will, myself, put them down.
You will try.
Because I will remember this. it's those like relationship with Kordax down, but like relationship with Kasai up.
I
Clementine
can feel
Murders.
the toothy grin from Kaz from behind.
Barrel beneath his helm. Who's infected truly? Is it man or beast? She says, very well. Your infected shall remain under lock and key and constant watch.
Fair enough.
The rest of your party shall remain so as well until proven they are not infected. We shall know soon.
I'll look back at Kordax and Zoom. Does that sound fair enough, my friends?
So, sorry, I kind of missed. Are we staying here or are we leaving?
Staying here from the sound of it. She's allowing you entry into the tower, so long as Zoom and Kordax are chained up in cells, bound and like essentially imprisoned. The rest of the party who isn't obviously infected will also be chained up until they're proven otherwise.
I mean, up to y'all.
So we only got one day, and then we become monsters.
You will become less like yourselves.
And then when do we lose our insanity?
The whole process could take less than a week. Should you prove less resilient? Come, I believe the packs draw close. And by this point, all the Warrens have like lowered their weapons, and though they all look very wary, and some are giving like agitated, questioning glances toward this figure up on the this leader on the steps. They acquiesce to her leadership. It seems. The full count you now get as they all approach. It's about like a dozen of them. in total.
Okay.
We could have taken them.
Not now. Not like not like this.
Not like this.
Not like this.
Do you all enter the tower? The obelisk, if you will.
God, Cordax doesn't want to be chained up. Actually, you know, it doesn't bother him. He can get out of the chains whenever he wants.
Question. When I was looking at what's her face? Did I get any magical aura?
I'd say she's outside of your range
Oh,
for
okay.
that.
Never mind.
Okay. Let's break there real quick for a quick bio and some drink refills. I gotta get Mira a grapefruit. So
You have to poop.
Boom.
I'll be right
That's the
back.
code word. Getting near a grapefruit.
I gotta poop out a whole grapefruit.
Get it out.
Push.
Squid hunter, squid hunter, squid hunter.
Good call.
All right, BRB.
I'm gonna get water. I'll be back.
To
That's
be
a weird.
continued.
That's a weird word for whiskey.
Whiskey,
Oh.
water, same word. W.
BRB.
Yeah.
It's you and me, Tyler.
Mm,
And apparently James's cat.
yeah.
Bye, Katie. Now James is back. We either get James or the cat. So James is an animorph.
They were sleeping perfectly fine until Tyler squeaked. Scared the shit out of him.
How did they hear that through your headset?
Oh, because I put it on speakers every time I take my headset.
Oh, you wanted to
I
hear
can
me.
hear you boys
You
talking
wanted to
shit
hear
when I'm not
me.
in the seat.
He's
Oh,
afraid.
so you're
He's
just
afraid.
intentionally ignoring us when you walk away. Got it.
He just doesn't trust us. That's all it is.
Talking mad
Did you
shit.
fuck up my stream?
Remember when Fuel
kidding.
cheated to win?
That's how you start rumors. My boards are clean.
All right. The mother of my child is appeased. All right.
Oh, your bowels.
Still full.
Mm.
Right where I left them.
Full to bursting.
That's your real child.
About to. Well, it's the only child I can produce. Let me tell you, he's a big boy.
Mm.
He'll be a linebacker.
Or the twins.
A really, really long linebacker.
It's gonna line your back.
Gross. I can't wait for your daughter to be born, and then you tell that joke again.
Oh, seriously.
Shit. All right.
Poop.
I'm here.
Okay. So, the last question asked, Faz, she does not, you are not within range to clock any kind of magical reading from this woman. He's not back. Anyway, does anybody else want to ask or say or do anything
here?
before we proceed?
Daniel.
Oh,
See?
sorry. I
Oh.
was just saying, the last we left off, Foz asked about a magical reading from
yeah.
this,
Yep.
and there was nothing.
And well, I don't really have any rebuttal to that, so the
I
defense
mean, because you were
rests.
too far away.
Yeah.
But perhaps that question will be asked again soon. Does anybody else want to say or do anything?
What is your name?
I am Gooseland.
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 Gossland.
Gosling, got it.
Right.
And what are they? What's the race? You said elf?
No,
No.
they're certainly not elf, but they seem to have some sort of similarity to Kaz, but you can't really make a pin on it.
Got it.
Sorry, give me one sec here. I have so many tabs open, I don't know where my fucking notes are. Oh,
Ho hum ho.
there we
ho,
go.
hum.
Gooseland Stonesworn. While you reside within this tower and you're not a threat to the others, you will be under my protection.
Well, then for that, we're thankful.
You will
Seems we were the ones that protected them, actually.
Seems like it.
They hid while we destroyed the pack.
She hears you and ignores you.
Chain me up. Let's go.
She nods her head. Bind them. Everyone is bound. But your hands are bound in front of you. Everyone else's hands are bound behind. They produce manacles for you all.
That was part of the deal. Everyone gets bound.
Yep.
Okay.
Everyone is bound,
the
especially
fuck?
Zoom and Cordax.
Okay.
You guys are bound, your upper torsos are wrapped in rope in addition, and you guys are split off from the rest of the group.
Hi everyone. If I go crazy before then, whatever.
If I go crazy before then, meh. You guys are led off into a lower section of the Zoom and Cordax. You are led into a lower portion of the tower, whereas the rest of you seem to go up a level or two, and are led into kind of like a barracks-looking quarter for yourselves, where the door is shut and locked. This place looks as though it was once inhabited and fairly recently. There are still some stray effects strewn about clothes. Some of the trunks aren't completely emptied out yet, but nobody seems to have lived in these quarters for a bit, it seems. So Bud, Vulcan, Faz, Dreek, and Kas and Umlau are all sequestered in their own rooms. Zoom and Cordax are led further down, and they're it seems as though you guys are being led for fairly a fairly far distance than seemed obvious from from above. Sorry. You guys are led to a series of cells where you can see people or Veligro in various shades of transformation chained with their hands up in an upward position, but having either starved or some of them have like arrows shot into them, are dead in their cells.
Oof.
Executed.
But and some have like the full elongation transformation. Some are skinless. Some still have their vestiges of humanity or humanoid shapes, but are showing signs of sores and various other things, and just kind of slumped in their cells. Some may have starved to death where they were. Others have scratched themselves. It looks like self-inflicted scratches to the point of like killing themselves. It's a grim sight and a grim place to be. The only cell you pass with a living resident, you see a female elf sitting cross-legged on the floor. Chains slightly longer than you would expect, but she's in deep meditation, and doesn't notice you're passing.
Can I say Isla Fadara as we're passing?
How loud do you say it?
Enough to where she can hear it, or I assume she could hear it.
Like just normal speaking voice, or are you yelling it?
I'm not
or...
shouting at the top of my lungs,
Okay.
but I'm like, if a normal person could hear it, I'm an elf, so I kind of understand how meditation works.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll say that in that case, then what she doesn't respond to you at all. We'll say. But your knowledge of your trance-like rests, she probably heard you and chose to ignore you.
Well, she's a cunt.
Write that one off.
The C word meter.
Reset the clock.
Yeah.
It's been 0 minutes.
Since an incident.
Since last coon.
Sorry, Ross. Third strike. You got to turn off the stream.
No, mine's spelled with
They'll
two
never
O's.
stop me.
Besides, the only four people watching are us anyway, so.
True. And I'm offended.
And Joel is offended. Okay, you guys are led to cells at the end of the hallway, not too far from who you presume was Isla, and chained up, arms bound to the wall,
Kinky.
and cells locked. This place is less of a stone dungeon. It shares that same obsidian texture to the surrounding area. It seems to both reflect the firelight and torchlight down here and also absorb it. Like certain shadows seem much darker than they should be, and others seem to be way brighter. But it seems to vary with the flickering light.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, what do you guys want to do? Because now you're here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just willingly let ourselves get bound or whatever, right?
Unless you guys didn't want to. I described all that. You guys can retcon it if you really want to, but no, I resist.
I'm not worried about it.
I'm just like there, like looking around. So this whole area, it's like it's pretty grim in here, right? Like,
I mean, it's
and are we
grim.
being watched currently?
Yes. I mean, not like actively watched. Like there are people patrolling up and down the halls. Your time spent here waiting, you can count at least 2 guards patrolling up and down this hallway. in addition, like to further your comment, it's grim mostly because of your current situation. Like, it seems like this place is definitely a dungeon, but you don't know if it was like originally meant to be this way. Given what Guselen had said, it seems like they're taking this disease pretty seriously and taking no chances with it, and that makes the prospects of what you're going through pretty grim.
Hmm. Well, yeah, I guess I remember what she said about like rest seems to help, and I just like sit down and like try and like be still. I guess I'm just like.
Take a long rest.
I begin taking a short rest and reattuning some of my mutations.
Probably wise. I attuned the Veligro mutation 3 times.
And going to see if that helps or hinders the process.
Ooh, you should have only done 2. 3 is the magic number. It hinders.
Oh,
All right. Cordax, what do you do?
Can I also spend some hit die while I'm
Yeah,
doing this?
you're. It's uncomfortable. Well, actually, I'll get back to that. Hang on. Cordax, do you take any particular action, or are you going to do the same?
Well, even if I really wanted to do anything, I'm kind of spent on spell slots, so I kind of just want to take a long rest.
Okay,
So I'm just gonna start meditating.
sounds good. Okay, sounds good. Zoom. Well, we'll get to you guys in a second. The rest of you. You guys are still manacled together, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, given like you're all put in a room together, not a cell. Your hands are manacled, but like Dreek, you're looking down at your manacles. You're like, I could probably pick somebody else's locks if I wanted to. Like
You say manacled together. Do
no,
we
no,
each
no. You guys
have?
are all in the same room. You're not like
Okay, we are
tied up.
together, but
You're not chain
manacled. We are
gang.
not. Okay, that was
Yeah,
my question.
yeah.
That's what I thought too.
Sorry, I should have been more
Yay,
clear about that.
ambiguity in the English language.
Yeah, no kidding, right? You are each individually manacled by the hands to yourselves and yourselves only. You're not sure if it's an oversight or they have if they have confidence that you're not infected or not, but you've been locked in this room. What would you guys like to do, or discuss?
I'll tell whoever's around me. I guess you can hear everybody in the room, right?
You guys are all together. You guys aren't like separated in any way. It's just like a barracks.
Is there anything magic? Well, did it take more than 10 minutes to walk up stairs?
I would say in the time that it took for you to enter the courtyard, investigate the bodies,
Ambushed.
have the ambush and conversation, your detect magic has since worn off.
Okay, fair enough.
Vulcan, you can have another one of your.
I did it.
Are we currently being watched?
Believe it or not, you are. There is a man on the inside of the room.
Okay.
He is essentially like the. He's kind of the opposite of what you would expect in a ranger. Rather than like leathers and stuff, he's just he's dressed in like mail. Like he's dressed in like heavier armor plating. He's got a blunderbuss laid across his lap, and he's just kind of like resting there in a chair, blocking the door. He's a dwarf, rough around the edges, heavily scarred. No beard, completely just like no beard and completely bald all
What
the
kind
way
of
through.
dwarf is this? Sorry.
So
You only
giant
know
baby.
he's like you assume he's a dwarf by
Shade.
just his height alone, but like he's got like that stocky build of his kin. And he kind of he just stares unblinkingly at you mostly. Every time you like try to get him you can watch him, for instance, and he just kind of has a glare out, but never seems to blink.
That was a good question.
It's
This
pertinent.
before
I almost
we
fucked it up.
start trying to pick locks and stuff.
Exactly.
Start
Exactly.
talking shit.
Exactly.
May need a distraction first.
Do I notice any other people here that might look like any other possible priests or members of a church of some kind, or maybe even any tattoos?
Yeah, totally. So you look around, and it's Koss is probably the closest thing to it, and it's
Okay.
just you guys. It's you guys in the guard.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And do the most part these guards, do they just look like average city folk that just had to pick up arms and they're just kind of alive? So
Roll an
maybe
insight check.
I'm just trying to see, like, if things do come to blows, are we gonna kill these guys pretty fast,
He's got
or
the upper hand.
yeah, like I'm not trying to go out of my way, but I'm just trying to feel the room. Eh,
This guy seems pretty tough.
how tough
You
am
don't
I?
know. You don't know much about the whole
Magic Club
the
was pretty
drifting
tough.
sands as a whole area, or Nadir as a
Yeah.
whole. This guy seems pretty serious. Like,
Yeah.
he at the very least he could seem to, like, hold his own in a fight. You're not sure if he's a denizen or otherwise, but he doesn't seem particularly concerned that he's in the room with all of you. So.
Okay. Cool. Do they have anything to say to us, or are they gonna take these off so I can get to trying to figure out how to save our friends?
Do you ask him that?
Sure. Y- excuse me. You said your name was Stone Swarm, correct?
Oh, this is a completely different person.
Oh, I thought there was other. I thought it was like we're in a room with a bunch of these people.
No,
Stone Swarm was the woman.
you're in a barracks completely by yourself, with the exception of the single guard who is watching the door.
Okay. In that case, and this. Okay, so I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna be that guy. So you killed your fair share of these things.
The dwarf eyes you, gives you a one up and down, and just shrugs.
I kind of turn on my heel back to the rest of the guys. Well, any ideas on how we can help our pus-ridden friends? No? Well, my idea is let one of them die, and maybe we can revivify him back, and hey, maybe he'll be cured.
That
Perhaps
seems
we just
a
need a
tad
stronger
extreme.
priest.
I'll fucking kill you.
Kazai is like, that idea has some merit.
I can do a little bit more magical investigation once I prepare. I can detect diseases. That, of course, is something I'm sure you are able to do as well.
Normally, yes. In its stead, I actually have focused more on the healing magics rather than detecting ailments, which in hindsight would have been great right about now. But hey, that's why we're here, and that's why we're such good friends. We pick up where the others lack.
Could always try laying on hands again, but I'm not entirely confident it'll work.
I can try dispelling magic. Um, I doubt it will work straight off the bat. There may be some preparation involved before it can be effective, but before we rest, it might as well be something we can try.
Well, and if we do take a rest, another thing I could try is to remove curse. Now, I know it's a disease, but maybe it's a curse of some kind as well.
It was magically transmutation based, so it might be within the realm of possibility.
Well, what do you say? Take a rest while we can?
Well, we're not going anywhere.
I'll look to the guard and ask, how long do you plan to keep an old man chained to the ground?
Hello?
Oh my god. He's here.
He's here.
He's
Oh,
here.
good.
Yeah.
We need the talkie guy right now. We're in
Oh my
chains.
god.
Do the charisma thing. Do the
Oh,
charisma
God.
thing.
Do the
Hold
thing.
on. Hold on. I literally I just hopped back on my computer right now. We're not even in like the.
Okay, speed recap. We went to the tower. Zoom and Cordax are infected with some sort of disease from fighting the Veligro things. A bunch of
Good enough.
people ambushed us like Dune Freeman style by coming out of the sand. And now we're in the tower. Zoom and Cordax are in the dungeon because they're infected along with others. And we're up at a higher level in like a room together, chained, and there's like a dude watching us.
That's the Wardens of
And
the Wild.
yeah,
He's-
and these are the people we were looking for, but the leader is infected and in the dungeon, and there's somebody else who's taken charge.
Awesome.
Get all that?
Indeed.
Save us.
A very quick recap.
Save us.
And there's a bald dwarf, and when I say bald, I don't mean his head. I mean his
His
beard,
balls.
His bear.
His ass is so clean.
his chin. He has no hairs of his chinny chin chin.
He-
You
with
know,
a blunderbuss, and he's
it's-
just watching us, and he doesn't blink, which is creepy.
It's so
See.
pertinent that Umlau is now here because you can now confirm that he's hairless from head to toe if he seduces him.
This is true.
You guys need
you big
that?
man. Let's go.
That's what you
Take
guys
one
need.
for the team.
Now's your
Oh,
time to
God.
shine.
What was that, Brandon?
I was like, that's what you guys need, is me to seduce somebody. Like,
Well, I mean, the charisma checks are over, so
You're only
Time
Full
to
on
work
his
it.
sword.
fall on his sword. Emily.
So the gist of we're in a jail right now, essentially. and I need
We're
to talk
in
my
a
way out of it?
tower.
I'll go.
so the- Yep,
I'll
go
give
ahead.
you the quick recap. Okay, the watchtower in the center of Gildan is what you guys chose to investigate next.
Right.
After your combat, right? You guys went there, found signs of combat, entered the courtyard to try and like go to the tower, and were ambushed by the remnants of the Wardens of the Wild, the Rangers Guild that was here. The Veligro are passing some very infectious, virulent disease that is turning people into what you presume to be Veligro as well. So they're taking it like a zombie apocalypse scenario. And wanted to kill you guys on sight, essentially. They got talked down to at least being imprisoned for a day. So Zoom and Cordax were taken to the dungeons because they were obviously infected. The rest were housed in a barracks and are under observation until they prove they're not showing signs of the infection. That includes you, Umlau. And you guys are now under lock, key, and guard watch. So there you are. Hey, bud.
Hey,
Going on,
hi,
man?
hi, I'm here.
Hey, oh, going back here. Let me fix all this here.
So, we were left off with the boys in the barracks. What do you guys want to do? Okay? Sorry, Foz. I'm remembering. You were like, how long do you plan to keep the old?
Oh yeah, I
man?
didn't catch that she had said a day. So
Oz
will still be grumpy about being chained on the ground because
You
he's
you
an old
can
man
you can
and his back
ask
hurts.
you can ask the guard, and all he does is he raises 8 fingers like this, with his blunderbuss still laid across his lap.
These
Okay.
days have no respect for their elders. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Back
No
in my
respect.
day. Anyway.
All right. So you guys want me to talk our way out of here? Bastard. All right.
Or we
who's
could just spend the night, either
Who are
or.
the
We
who are
didn't
the
realize it
guards?
was a one-day thing.
There are guards right there, right?
One
There's
guard.
a single guard on the inside of your room.
Okay.
The part I left out, but they let you in with the promise that Bud is going to attempt to heal this infection and try and like find a way around it. So that's why they're even kind of like allowing you guys to stay in here. You presume tomorrow you may just be let go and given free reign if you're not infected. So
I go to the guard that is.
Mhm.
right
your hands are tied or are bound. You're technically not bound to the floor, Daniel, but
Oh, okay. Never
you know,
mind.
you can still be
Never mind.
grumpy about it if you like.
I'm still
Can-
grumpy. Well, do I have like a pillow or a chair?
Less
If
of
no, then I'm
chairs, more
grumpy.
of okay, fair enough. They're like cots. It's like
The guard-
it's like the worst hostel you've ever been in.
the guard that's inside the guard that's inside the room with us.
Mm-hmm.
It's Umla. I go to him.
Uh-huh.
Right. I ask him to come to me. Mate. Hey, mate.
So when you beckon him, he doesn't move. And then if you approach him, his hands just kind of like stray to the blunderbuss in his lap, and it just kind of like strays to point at you as you approach.
Oh, mate, no, mate. I don't mean any harm. I just got up. Honestly, mate, I haven't peed in a while, and if I don't go, usually I pee on the old guy's robes when he's not looking, mate. But I can't right now because we're all standing here and I got a shy bladder. So anyway, we can't stay here, mate. Now, I could play a little song and a ditty, and we can get out of here and you could stay alive. Or I could sing you a song and a ditty, and you could not be alive. It's your choice, mate, but I think if you don't want to end up like all the guys who travel on a boat with us, you should let us go.
He, with one hand, he's got it like on the trigger of his blunderbuss pointing at you. With his other, he kind of like reaches down behind him, pulls a bucket out, and throws it past you into the center of the room, where it like clang, 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 clatters into the center of the room.
Oh, shy bladder, mate, I said that. What's
He
your name?
shrugs.
Oh, you're not a talker, are you? Okay,
He does one.
mate.
He does one of these.
You, what? Mate, what does that mean?
He opens his mouth. He has no tongue.
Oh, you're one of those guys, mate. I had a friend who was one of those guys, became the best sex worker around.
He smirks.
It's true, mate. You don't want to live in this kind of business. You won't live long. But I tell you what, you make it to the big city, there's a lot of money in it for you. You don't need a tongue for the ladies.
He nudges his head like, "Get back to where you were."
Hey, conversation. I don't want to stand over there. The old guy smells like piss. I said that, right?
He shrugs again.
I'm just like looking through my spells right now, trying to figure it out. I'm like, what can I was like, what do I have? Oh, I have no second level spell slots. Fantastic. I have no third level spell slots.
Fantastic.
But
But to be fair, we really want to get out? Like we just want to stay,
Yeah,
right?
I didn't really realize it was only for a day. For us, at least.
Yeah.
do we want to stay in here? If it's only for a day, I mean, if I do anything, it could cause us more of a ruckus than it really needs to be. Two of us are the only people that aren't going to get cleared.
We just have to
Also,
let the whoever's piloting the ship right now know that, hey, we're gonna be here for a while.
Somebody piloting the ship. That's funny.
no. I mean, I can I can cast blindness, deafness on this guy, either or. Or I can do the old invisibility thing and then just kill him.
Man, that'd be so mean to cast blindness, deafness on a mute guy.
Right? I think I would just might cast the blindness on him and then we could just like walk out of here.
Really would be on brand for you guys. So I mean,
I mean, it's
Honestly,
a pretty solid plan for a guy who can't talk. We just cast blindness on him and then just, take him out.
we're also in a fortress though. So
Advanced disabled.
I mean, the way I see it is this is a free long rest.
yeah, let's just
Yeah.
A pretty long
True,
rest. Oh,
true.
you know what?
Yeah.
You're right. Because we can take the pretty long rest and wait the day.
all right.
All right. I leave the guard alone, but before I walk away, I say,
Mate, if we make it out of here, which we will, all right, mate, you come to the city and find me. I got some work for you. All right, mate, I'm gonna go over there and piss on the old guy.
He does this.
Sure, mate, whatever that means.
and Umlaut pretends
that?
not to, Umlaut pretends
I
not to
don't know.
understand what it means.
I don't know what that is.
Thought that was me.
What was that?
I'm not hearing anything.
You don't hear that? That
It's
sounds
high-pitched
like a
feedback.
Is it in
That
Foundry?
stopped.
There goes it stopped.
feedback.
It didn't seem
That's
like it
weird.
was from Discord. Nobody's name was highlighted.
Mm-mm.
That was weird.
That was weird. It's the ghost.
Spooky.
The ghost
Hey
of
there,
Discord.
ghost. It's your boy.
All right. You guys aim for a long rest. Very well. We will start with Zoom and Cordax. I need you both to make Constitution saving throws.
Oi.
But Cordax, before you do, as you settle down, Zoom, you can continue as normal. Cordax, as you settle down for the evening, and you can hear the nice. You can the snores of Zoom, the restless snores turn into snarls.
I'm gonna use my
Um,
inspiration.
That's
Good
probably a good
idea.
move.
Cool.
And the
Oh,
restless
better
than the
snores
natural.
turn into snarls. Like you can tell that Zoom is having a troubled sleep. It's keeping you awake. You kind of attempt to ease into a troubled trance, we'll say. And you hear like the musical tone of somebody further down the hall speaking to you. It says, "Don't fight it. Meet it in meditation. It will prolong the infection. Do not answer me. For if you wake, it'll just let it take root longer."
In my head, I'm like, oh, that explains why she wasn't talking to me. Okay. I won't answer. Or maybe
Roll a Constitution saving throw as well as a Wisdom saving throw,
I don't like that.
Making it hard.
giving you a chance.
At least you live, but you live dumbly.
You struggle to find meaning in her words. You don't respond, but your trance is troubled severely. Because you don't really sleep and don't rest the same way as mortal creatures, the infection takes more of like a hallucination in your trance sort of thing. Rather than
boy.
walking in a dreamless state, the edges of your dreams are kind of fraught with like not paralysis demons, but like there's just like fangs and teeth on the edges of your vision, and like it feels like you're constantly being harrowed and chased by something. So you eventually find a semblance of rest, and your disease does not progress. However, Zoom, yours definitely does. You are ill prepared for what you thought might have been a similar experience. Your transformations and your bestial nature and transformations. It is not the same. Whatever control you have over the Veligro mutation that is like yours to possess and call at will, this is nothing like it. It's like trying to cage a rabid beast with like twine. And you thrash around in your cell, getting no sleep, and take a point of exhaustion for it.
7 conditions.
It should be.
Yes. Okay, there it goes.
You, for lack of a better term, awake, irritable, and irritable, grumpy, and particularly angry today.
I'm still itchy.
You're very itchy, and as you scratch, you can feel like your nails are like digging deeper than they normally would, and your skin is starting to take on a raw quality, and like you can see that your skin is giving way to flesh beneath the fur. You're balding in certain spots. You've scratched so hard.
Gross. Well, I'm
You're-
chained, right? I'm chained behind, right? So I can't.
Yeah,
really
but like
get
so
too
so
much.
you're furiously scratching at whatever parts of your body you can find.
Are my legs
Um,
bound? I'm like doing the dog scratch thing with my back foot.
Yeah, right. You can do that, or you can like scratch your legs against like the floor, for instance. Like you're finding any kind of relief you can, and it's you're scratching yourself to a point of like being raw in some
He's
places.
got hot
so-
spots.
He's got a hot
Where are our wounds on our
spot
bodies?
all over. They're not located in any one particular spot.
Like the
so
bite was
so for instance, Cordax, you had like a bite on your torso
okay.
that had since been healed, but the itchiness is just kind of all over, and it's got like a burning quality to it. And because you're bound, it's almost torturous, not being able to reach an itch you can't scratch.
Are we being watched?
You are mostly because there's a patrol.
So it's not actively watching just
Like
us. It's just
somebody's
down the
not just
hall.
like standing out in front of your cell watching you. But like these cells are not like doors with like tiny windows. They're just like bars, so they can look in and see you very clearly.
Can I make
What you got
a
going on?
medicine check about the progression of this infection to get a clue on how to solve it, fix it, heal it?
Sure. Yeah, you can try. I'd allow an insight check as well.
Right. It'd be +3 if that's the case instead of this.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
you can definitely tell that you're not well. And it's more painful than how Guselen described it. It's less of an itch. It's more of like you're trying to like scratch your skin off.
Got it. Do we get a full long rest?
You do.
Oh no, Zoom didn't.
No. You didn't sleep at all.
Do I at least get to spend hit die?
I'll say sure.
Okay.
I want you harder to kill when you eventually turn on the party.
Wait, that didn't roll in.
Spoilers.
No, that wasn't spoilers. You were told.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I used 3 hit die.
All right, sounds good.
Do the upstairs people get a long rest?
You do. Foz, you are met in your dreams.
Oh boy, here we go.
Less of a vision this time, and something is like whispering to you within close proximity. There is a, what will we say? It's not familiar per se, but it's something that rings true from like your early days in training. But the voice is, canst thou trust your own eyes? Are you sure you're not shown what is chosen for you to see? 1,000 possibilities lie at your fingertips upon a man's death. The thousand-eyed God will show you all paths, reachable or not.
Um, is this just something I'm hearing, or is it like
It's mostly just something you're hearing. It's not even
okay, like
visual necessarily. Yeah.
well, like, can I respond, or is this just kind of like something that happens?
Go ahead and try.
Just a sec. Let me think. Have I heard of any thousand-eyed gods before?
Roll a religion check.
Religiosity. Oh, that's actually fairly decent.
With a 12, it's something when you were young in sorcery. Not even sorcery, I guess is the wrong word for it since it's an actual class. When you were young in wizardry, the divination schools scoffed at the notion that divination was a religious sect. There was a group of clerics that were lost in old ways. You've never heard of a thousand-eyed god, but you know there were always superstitions around the future and scrying and sightseeing and things of that nature. This kind of rings of that kind of that tone, we'll say.
Who is this thousand-eyed one of which you speak?
It takes on a departing quality as though it's like leaving the voices and says it's one who is older than time itself. You seek to bind his power, but meddle in. And the voice is gone.
Okay.
Cool. Otherwise, everyone gets a long rest, except for you, Zoom.
Long rest.
Except for you, Gretchen Wiener.
And for Gretchen Wieners.
Alright, just a sec. Let's get rid of that. Let's do that one. Let's get rid of that guy. Do that. Alright, so I got a couple of those spells. Sorry, preparing spells, as you can
No
probably
worries.
hear.
So we will move forward in the sense that, like, the rest of you awaken in the upper barracks and see the dwarf has not moved from his position. He just stares alertly throughout the room, unmoving, it seems. Maybe he didn't sleep. Or you get the impression that he didn't sleep. Catfight, catfight, catfight. Meanwhile, downstairs, Zoom and Cordex, you both awake. Well, not even awakened per se. Neither of you truly slept. And a long, like what you presume to be a full day or a full 8 hours has passed. The guards have shifted, or the guard shift has changed. We'll say, and new people have taken their place twice by now. So. For upstairs, the guard, there's a bang, bang, bang on the door, and the guard like kicks off the door, moves moves his chair, sliding it across the wooden floor, and opens the door to relieve or reveal Gusan, uh, who has come to retrieve you all. But she takes a look around the room and sees, like, kind of looks at you all one by one and says, Well, you're not showing signs of the sores, so I believe you're not infected.
Well, yeah, mate, we told you that.
Seeing is believing. Come,
Well, you seen
you're
too
now
much. mate.
released. She nods at the dwarf, and he goes around and unlocks all your manacles. You are free with your hands once more.
I whisper in his ear. I whisper in the dwarf's ear, and I'm just like,
Just remember my proposition, mate. You ever get out of here, come work for me, yeah?
He squints and gives you a long stare. Roll a persuasion check.
I say this in thieves' cant. Persuasion.
If you say it in thieves can't, yeah, go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
He's like, I don't know that language at all.
24.
He kind of stoically looks at you and doesn't react. And he walks away.
And I go about my business. I don't
Okay.
react either.
Loom loom, kill some bad guys. Loom loo, might kill you too. Loom loo, kill some bad guys. Loom loo. Hey, where are our other friends? Are they infected, mate, sir? Did you kill them yet? The cow guy makes good food, and if you kill him, mate, I don't think we can find another chef. Can't have the blind guy cooking for us.
Guselin has not left the room. She looks at you, Bud, and she says, I can take you below. If now the rest of you can roam about as you wish. But I recommend not leaving the tower and for another couple hours. Dawn is yet upon us. The night belongs to the Veligro.
So why does the kitty guy get to go downstairs, but everyone else has to,
I will
roam
accompany him
about?
as well.
All right, well, if the old guy's gonna go with him, then I trust it, mate.
She says, very well.
I'll say, we're going down there to plot against you.
We're going down.
I look.
He says the umlau.
I look right at Bud, and I go,
I really hope you are, mate. And I hope you find every defense to stop me from killing you. Because when I skin you, you're gonna be my rug, yeah? And then I'm gonna go get that lady, and she's gonna be my jacket. Have fun, mates!
Is something wrong with umlaut?
You know, such a kidder, this guy.
Okay, well,
Come
I don't know what you roll in a. What would it used to be? It was like a will save or something. I don't know.
just,
wisdom.
I'm just looking right at Bud.
It's coming, mate. Sooner or later, it's coming. It may not be now. It may not be tomorrow. But it might just wait until you're an old guy and you think you're safe, mate.
So will your father.
That's
I'll
right.
see you later.
That's right, mate. He's not in a bottle no more, but I definitely know I'm gonna bottle you someday.
Nice. But oblivious as ever, walks away. um, do the rest of you want to do anything? You guys want to explore the tower at all, or are you guys content to let Bud and Foz do their investigations?
I give 5 gold to the dwarf that was with us since he doesn't have to watch us anymore. I go find him, and I give him 5 gold to take some water to Bud that makes Bud sick.
God damn you.
How do you frame it?
Not just sick, but infected.
You're like trying to bribe him, like
I tell him I know he can understand me, and so I tell him like, I'll give you 5 gold, mate, if you just make him sick. Just make him throw up a little. It'll be hilarious, mate.
roll a persuasion check.
I think if the kitty guy gets sick, everyone will stop looking at him as a leader and look at him like the shitbag he really is, mate. But you know, that's just me. He tried to kill me once, and so I told him I was going to get him back. Ever so slowly. Ever so slowly. Start with the pranks, end with the big stuff.
He gives you just And a thumbs up.
Good eye, mate. I knew you were going to be good friends.
Damn it.
And he's off.
Gonna make me drink poop water.
I run over.
Um,
I run over to Dreek, and I'm just like,
Listen, guy. You'll never guess what I did.
Are you gonna tell me?
Yeah, mate. Anyway, you remember when I had to pee really bad? I peed on the old guy over there just to make it funny, yeah? Just don't stand next to him, it'll smell really bad.
That is pretty funny, but I've
Oh,
had
yeah.
to smell them for weeks.
Oh, yeah, and keep an eye on Bud later, mate. It's gonna be really funny.
I really hope you gave him something that'll make his hair fall out.
just Nair.
Yeah. Drinking there, no. Just naked lion cat man.
Making mole rat.
I go and search about the tower, and anybody else who wants to come with me.
All right. Sounds good. The rest of you, do you guys have any interest in finding anything in particular in the tower? In particular, I'm talking to Dreek, I'm talking to Wilkin, and I'm talking to myself. Cause die. That's me.
Not really. I kind of lost thread of where we want to go next.
Meow.
That might be up for discovery. Well, I'll give you time to think about it. Foz and Bud, you head below
We do.
and find the situation I described earlier of the grim view of the cells in the partially transformed Valigro in varying states of transformation, but all in the state of death, with the exception of one Cortex, one Zoom, and one elfin lady who seems to be losing her skin, but otherwise seems to be in control of her faculties.
All right. So, what are you planning, Bud? I can attempt to do some divining before we take action to see if the results may be favorable.
I think that would be our best first course of action, my friend. And from there, well, try my hand at some of my healing magic, but I'm not sure how much good it will do.
Well, you must tell me what course of action you are wanting to take for the divination to be effective.
Of course. Well,
So we do not expend unnecessary resources.
very well put. Well, we need to figure out exactly what the best method of treating this is.
So let's see. Do you have a specific spell you were thinking of casting? Sorry, above board. Josh.
I mean, I'm gonna start with. I'm gonna start with Cure Wounds and go from there.
Okay. I will do. I'll ritually cast. What is it? Shoot. Bang. Of course it's first level spells. Come on, people. Do. On alarm. No, second level. Augury, that's what I'm. Yeah, sorry. Couldn't find the name. I will cast Augury with the question of will using healing magic produce desirable results? Where I guess will casting healing magic be effective? And it's the wheel woe.
You're
Wheel and woe.
blanketing all healing magic?
like restorative, like cure wounds type, like closing wounds type magic, like HP restoring magic if you want to get specific, but
Or
Sure.
magic
don't know how to say
that
that
we have
character.
access to.
Describe. So you cast augury with the intent of finding the effectiveness of magic,
Of
curative magic
HP
that will
restoring
close.
magics.
Sure.
We'll say that.
Hang on.
I put it in the.
Wheel or woe?
Well, there's wheel and woe, and there's also nothing. So finally, I get to use my subclass.
You prepare your tea, and over the next 11 minutes, cast augury. You read the leaves. The effect of the restorative magic reads wheel.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, it is worth a shot. Something good will happen.
Well, let's give it a try. Seems like Zoom or
Wheel,
down there
let's give it a try.
Wheel is good results. Yes,
We'll
wheel.
give it a try.
Wheel.
Queel.
Wheel. Wheel, man.
I,
right.
Are we down there right now with them?
You are.
Okay. Well,
You're over. You have Guslan and several guards watching over the proceedings.
okay. Well, I suppose. Seeing as Zoom looks he looks kind of gross. Maybe we should try him.
I
First.
feel fine.
Don't worry, my friend.
I
we're coming.
cast calamine lotion.
And cream flows from your fingers.
Vaseline.
Grease.
He casts grease on it. We'll soothe you. Quick, light him on fire.
This soothes you.
Rolling around in a tub of lard. Anyway.
Mexican food. That's what you needed.
Just chosen for a burrito.
I cast burrito. Burrito.
Taco Bell diarrhea.
That's all you
Shit
need.
it all out.
I just pass it, dude.
I purge.
I just needed to purge. Colon cleanse.
Also, I
I
can.
see a juice cleanse.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. And then after this, I have another thing I want to cast.
Bud's on his phone.
Sorry. Yes,
Then in
sorry.
that case, I'll cast Detect Poison and Disease while Bud is on his phone. On Zoom, because
here.
he seems worse.
Yeah, I'm
You have detected disease.
I get to learn the nature of the disease
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I do
Well,
not
yeah,
want to
I mean-
cast that at 4th level.
I've been ready to cast
Oh.
some Cure Wounds.
Okay, then go ahead. I know you were already doing it,
Yeah,
but you were on your phone.
I was waiting.
Roll those damages.
Oh, baby. A full 12.
Next heal. I was already at full health, but thank you.
It's
Awesome.
extra potent.
Thank you.
You
Thanks, Beetle.
How many membership points does he get? You watch
Thank
as
you.
Zoom's like the patches of his skin that he's scratched off heal over, replacing with new skin and like a light fuzz of fur where it may regrow again.
Praise.
Natural for like, is that what he normally had?
That's what he normally had.
Okay, just making sure that you didn't have like.
I'm a
Oh, now he's monstrous.
I'm a furbolg. I'm
Yeah.
only a furbolg, but I'm a
I know.
fearbolg. I have fear.
Fearbulb.
I have
He's a
fear.
bolg of fur.
Mhm.
But Zoom has not stopped scratching.
Temporary fix.
I need anti-itch magic.
You need Benadryl.
All right. Before you do any more heals, I will do a detect
At your cat.
poison and disease. But I want to do it at first level, yes. So I can sense the presence
Yeah.
and locations of poisonous creatures. Oh, poisonous creatures. I did not know that. And diseases within 30 feet. I also know the kind of poison or disease in this case.
Okay.
So I imagine that will at least
you-
reveal some
you-
of the nature of
You detect
disease.
the disease within Zoom. You also detect Zoom as a poisonous creature. You detect the kind of disease. I didn't really do much research into this. Hang on one sec. Let me just
Viral.
And then
Bacterial.
I'm going to follow. Wait, where was it? I'm going to follow this up with a detect evil and good. Just FYI, if you're looking stuff up for kicks
yeah,
and
that's fine.
actually, I'll hold off on the evil and good. Actually,
Okay, sure. Let me just look something up real quick.
I'll let Bud do something, and then while he's doing that, I'll do something.
You know, it's interesting because like the diseases listed don't have like a kind
yeah,
category. So like
I
that's
figured it
what I'm
would.
looking at.
Yeah, reveal at
So
least some sort of.
so you
the
know that
nature.
it's like
I'll
an
leave that.
infection,
Yeah.
as well as a transmutable disease, in the sense that like it can be transmuted, either like man, innuendo
Say
is
it.
just the name of the
I
game.
was gonna say through a bite. Say it. The saliva.
bodily fluids, yes. Because you at least know that it can be like transmitted via tooth and claw. Any kind of like contact is required, and then a sort of secretion, if you will, usually saliva, blood, yeah. It's not quite a plague per se. Um and doesn't really have an incubation period. It's like very virulent and passes from person to person very easily. However, it was either designed or evolved is meant to pass quickly and cause great pain. You imagine it's quite effective.
Does anything get revealed about possible ways to treat it?
What I will say, um,
Or at least ways to alleviate symptoms if no treatments.
then what I'll say is because you already had a notion that it's kind of like it has a necrosis factor to it, that it's eating the skin, and then it had or like not so much eating, it had a transmutive effect on the skin, causing it to change and peel away. You imagine that there could be a way that you could counteract that aspect of the spell. You're not sure if it would cancel out the transformative parts of it, but you could at least like remove the uh, transmutation part.
Okay.
I'll say confirms there's a magical aspect to it.
Okay. All right, and then yeah, while I'm here, I'll do a detect evil and good. This thing seems pretty evil, so let's go with evil. But actually, I don't have to pick. It just says anything.
Both.
I doubt this is gonna really reveal anything, but might as well. First level spell.
Okay. You
Oh,
cast
how
detect evil
many
and good.
does Zoom show up as? Aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, ether.
There
like all
are
6. Like, oh, okay.
There are 2 celestials within 30 feet of you. There is a place. Wait, hang on. Maybe I'm reading this wrong. You know if there is a
You know exactly where they are.
Yep. So who are the celestials? Will be my next question.
Okay, there's only one celestial within
Okay.
your
I'm
presence.
guessing
It's
what's your face?
yes.
Okay.
Guslan is a celestial for sure. That's really it.
Okay. I don't detect any consecration or desecration. This is kind of a stretch, but do I detect any desecration in the plague victims? I don't know if that
I'd
would be
say
something,
no.
but okay.
I'd say no. Yeah.
Okay.
You get the impression that this place might have been consecrated at one point, but you're not sure.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Okay. So then there's that, and then I will step back, allow Bud to do his thing, and I will do another round of augury
Okay.
ritually while he's doing that, and then when he's done, I'll ask my questions. Taking turns, Bud.
Okay.
That's what buds are for.
That whiskey you just drank is what Umlau gave you.
Oh no.
If we were in person, 100%.
When did I get this drink in my hand?
Yeah,
When
exactly.
did I get this drink?
Why did somebody give me this 10-minute old?
I would have
Carvon?
texted Brandon me like pour a drink and give it to Josh without him noticing, and when he takes a sip of it, that's when he gets poisoned.
I would have been all for it.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
What are you gonna do next, Bud?
Well, okay, so I was able to kind of figure out that the cure wounds it didn't fix him, but it lessened the symptoms.
It felt like you were curing the symptoms more
Like
than
it kind of
anything
rolled the
else,
clock
yeah.
back.
Well, he's got skin again. That's
Hold
something.
on, hold on 1 second. I lost all audio.
Yep, man.
Sorry, say that again.
You get the impression that you like he's got skin again. So I mean, you don't know if you rolled the clock back necessarily, but like it helped him. So that's something.
Would I be smart enough to think that if I did it again, it would make it even better?
Cannot answer that question for you.
Would doing it twice make him more
Do
better?
it.
Augury a third time.
It's like, well, it
I
worked
mean, I
once.
could if we want to burn the time.
I'm gonna do it on Cordax.
You're gonna do a cure wounds on Cordax?
I'm gonna do cure wounds on Cordax.
Sounds good.
Cordax, my friend, here, please.
Save it. Do it on Isla instead.
On who? The
The elf.
elf. Okay, I'll say as I'm charging up to defibrillate him with heals, I stop and oh, all right. Zzz, holding on to it, I walk to the next stall. Are you Isla?
She goes, I am.
Well, hopefully this will help. Please step closer.
She steps right up to the bars.
And I cast it.
Okay. She holds her hands out like this for you, like palms up. I assume you just kind of like lay your paws right directly
Yep.
into it. Okay, sounds good. Let me. You feel the slight, like a sudden pressure, from underneath, as though like her hands tense, and you can feel like the sharp pinpricks of like claws right up against the bottoms of your like forearms before she like relaxes again
Cool.
and lets go.
That was close.
Too close. She kind of like inspects her hands, and like where once was just like raw red like flesh, it's just like smooth skin again.
Excellent.
She scratches her palm, and you can see like it's a long claw-like finger that like scratches her palm, and you can see just her peel away a piece of her palm. She says, "A momentary respite. Thank you."
It's not. Well, I guess it is the least I can do. I can try. I can try harder. That doesn't represent me.
She kind of like curiously inspects this like perfectly curled piece of skin like off of her hand. She's like, "See that you do," and goes back further into the cell.
Okay.
Let me get another drink. I'll be right back. I promise we don't have much longer. We're gonna end a little bit in a minute, but
All right. Well, I got something prepared when you're done.
I'm gonna die. We're all gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. There's only so many level 1 cleric spells I can cast. So what I'm thinking is we'll just need to graft a bunch of skin onto you guys constantly and just flay whatever things we find from now on.
Sounds about right.
Just keep buying you guys leather jackets and there we go.
This isn't what I wanted, but I'm gonna share this anyway because it's pretty damn funny.
Oh no.
yeah. Okay, what's next on your list of? Wow, I hate that.
You and me both. Oh, you, Josh. I'm still
All right.
doing 10 minutes of stuff, and cure wounds take 6 seconds. So go ahead.
Okay. Well, what I shall do then is that was my face when I saw her peel an extra layer of skin back.
I just healed that.
Runner up was this one. I almost posted this in, but it wasn't quite relevant.
I'll sit cross-legged on the floor in this hallway between cells. and I begin to cast Prayer of Healing. I'm gonna try and really pump this one out, so it's gonna take 10 minutes.
Okay.
But and oops, not at a I'm doing it at third level, not on that second. So I don't know if there's anything in the meantime that you want to do. There,
I'll
sweet
do
boy.
my augury thing
Okay.
if that's cool.
Mhm.
So my question is, will dispelling magic have any effect on the transmutative? Would it have a desirable effect on the transmutative effect of this toxin disease thing?
Sorry, just to be clear, you're rolling augury, correct?
Yeah, the augury, and that was the question.
For full disclosure, I've already rolled against the 25% and the resulting roll for that. So,
Oh, right, yeah.
The cumulative 25%, shall I say?
Yep.
So you are free to do so.
Forgot about that part. Let me actually just reread
I
that.
did not. I will allow you to cast or not cast, your choice.
I mean, I already did it, so why not?
Very well. The
Do I hear the result? At least
yeah,
of
of
the augury?
course.
Because it says I get a result. It's just a random reading.
The last line, the DM makes this roll in secret.
Mm.
So I take that to mean that you don't know what
Oh,
the
I took it as I get a result, but it's possible that it's just a random one.
well, no, you get a random one, and I roll it in secret. I don't tell you which. I will give you the result, but I don't tell you what.
Whether it's
It's
random or
accurate.
not.
whether it's
Yeah.
randomly
Oh,
picked
no,
or
no,
not.
that I get.
Yeah, that's what
But
he's
I
saying.
still get
Yeah,
a
you're both
result,
saying the
though.
same
That's
Yeah,
the
you,
thing,
yeah,
right?
yeah, you definitely.
And I
do. Yeah.
can do with that what I will.
Do you continue to make another cup of tea? You just like
I mean,
just
I
Starbucks up in this
was
shit.
doing it, so why not?
Sure. All right. You repeat the process, and receive the nothing result.
Nothing? Okay.
Results that are especially not good or bad.
It's worth a shot anyway. So I will do it on Zoom again, because he seems to be worse for the wear.
Very well.
I will pump a
You up?
dispel magic into him.
Can you? Thank you. I would like you to make an ability check for me, please, using your spellcasting ability.
Intelligence, I assume.
Yeah, I assume so because that's your spellcasting ability. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 10 plus. Oh, that's the DC. Never mind. Yeah, but it's like essentially like a D20 plus your intelligence.
Okay. Actually, wait. Crap. Never mind. I wanted to use a thing on it.
You said it before the die even rolled on my
Okay.
screen. I'll allow it. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I just remembered like right as I was clicking. I'm like, wait, I have a thing for this. I will make this a 16 plus 5.
A 16 plus 5. Very good. Zoom, you have this moment of like growing frustration and anger that what Bud and Foz are doing is largely just annoying to you.
Yeah.
Every little chant that Bud makes while he's praying, every single clink of spoon on china when Foz is making his tea and stirring in his
Slurping.
sugar, slurping the clink of china, like it's just infuriating you. And like you stand up and approach the bars, kind of like intent, and you're not entirely sure what you're going to do when you get there, but you see Foz's eyes flash for a brief moment, and you can feel something like unshackle off of you. But the anger remains. Foz, I will allow you an opportunity to tell me, because I didn't ask you before. When you're casting this on Zoom, where are you?
Let me see. If I
Would you approach his cell? Would you be far away? Would you
it's
be...
120 feet, so I'd be like not close enough to get touched. I'd probably be like 10 or 15 feet away from the bars because I could get him.
Zoom, correct me if I'm wrong. Do you have a mutation that gives you reach? And did you prepare it today?
I do not. And since I didn't get a long rest, I don't have my my Eldritch Claw tattoo has been used, so I don't have anything that's already been used today technically.
Do you have anything ranged?
Just
of any
weapons,
kind?
which I don't have. Well, my mutations, if I rage, I do have a tail that has reach, but yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's only if I rage, though. But I am angry, apparently. I don't know.
Yes, and I would say in this case, angry enough to lash out, and I would let me know if this is unfair, or if you think this is unfair. But the way when you react angrily is to rage and attack things. Is that a fair assumption?
Well, I think if I am under influence of things, I'd say whatever that is in control of.
I apologize. I
yeah.
should also say I need you to make a wisdom saving throw first.
Okay.
I don't recall. Does the first level exhaustion just ability checks, or is it saving throws as well?
I believe. Let's see. Just ability checks. Yeah, not saving throws until level 3.
Fair enough. Roll a wisdom saving throw for me, please. Okay. So in this case, you fail.
11.
I'll allow you the choice as a character. You can either rage or not. If your intent, your rage in this case is overwhelming. You find yourself angrier than you've ever been before, and you lash out at the nearest creature, which in this case I will say is Foz. He will be in reach of range. Not you. You guys are in different cells.
Oh, that's convenient.
So, but because Foz is the one treating you, I'll say he's within. There's a range. He thinks he's safe, like in the middle of the hall. But if your tail would be able to reach him.
Is this before or after the dispel magic happens?
This is after.
Okay, this is after. Okay. So I'm extra angry. I think for this,
get this man a hamburger.
I actually haven't eaten.
Angry.
I'm probably hungry as well.
He gets like this when he doesn't cook.
I think, and my hands and like upper body is still bound. So I don't know if my tail can even fit through the bars or anything, but I think I just like, if anything, like I'll try and smash into the bars, like I'll rage and the tail comes out and I'll try and like turn and smash into the bars with it and like, I don't know, potentially bend it or something.
Fair enough.
And I just say, and I just like, as I do this, I say, look, this is happening. It's just the next step in my evolution. Don't try to stop it.
Love it. Go ahead and roll an attack roll against the bars.
I'll recklessly attack.
That seems accurate.
I said, Fosradine, you're wrong.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Can I do something in response to this?
The tables have turned.
In a second. Go ahead and roll damage against the bars, please.
Okay.
Also grant yourself inspiration.
Wait, does he have to roll to see if he decapitates the bars? Or
Don't
chops
take it out
off
on
the
us.
bar's arms?
Did he roll a crit? He didn't roll a crit, did
No,
he?
I didn't roll a crit. No.
Oh, he didn't? I thought
No.
I saw. Oh.
Take
Oh,
your
never
anger
mind.
out
Okay.
on Umlau, not us.
Oh, the die on my screen was kind of cocked, so it looked like it was the anvil. Okay.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, you smash against the bars. In this case, piercing like straight through a couple of the bars and like bending them outward in a like a radial pattern. We'll say because you're chained, it doesn't quite reach Foz, but Foz, I'll let you react. Actually, I'll say like the tip of his like piercing tail like reaches as close as it can, which is pretty threatening. He's pretty
Pulse
scary.
just
Like this
steps back like half a step, and then it just kind of like just enough for it to barely miss.
Okay.
He's like, I see your true face has revealed itself.
In this case, Foz, you felt the dispel magic take root on something,
Okay.
and dispel something, but you're not sure what.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Bud, do you continue with your prayer of healing?
I do.
Excellent. While you do so, roll a religion check for me.
thing.
Cordax, what did you want to do in reaction?
It depends if he's still attacking or not. He's trying to break the bars.
That depends.
So-
Zoom, would you like to continue to break the bars or not?
Do they continue to do stuff?
It seems like Bud has continued to do something.
Let's see. Because in order to keep up rage, I have to keep attacking. I'll say my rage is not necessarily directed like at the same point. I'll just like attack kind of like random things in the cage here, and I just like I'm saying things like "shut up" and stuff like that.
I will also give you the option, like the burgeoning desire, like the burgeoning anger that you had, seems to subside somewhat, but you still are in a rage. It's up to you at this point what you want to continue doing or not. So
Okay.
if Zoom would cease, then by all means. But
there's no change in my level of anger. Like the dispel magic didn't seem to affect that necessarily.
the itch has not gone away. The anger, well, you had like a very sudden spike that you've never felt before. That is coming down.
Okay.
But your rage continues. That's a familiar anger.
Okay. So yeah, the rage is still going, and I just am like, we'll just say I'm just like still like pacing back and forth and like slamming things in the well, not my arms because my arms are bound, but the tail like
Right.
whips back and like slams on something still, but it seems to be like going down, I'll say. But I'm still irritable.
Cordax, he's not trying to break out of the cell necessarily. But he's pissed.
I'm pissed. I'm
Right.
pissed off.
I'll even take it so further to say, like, how does Cordax feel about their attempts at trying to heal everybody?
I think Cordax isn't that far along in this disease. I think he did rather well at like securing his mind and his. I mean, he's itchy as hell. He's irritated about the itching and a lot of his sores and pain, but his mind's rather stable. So
I agree with that assessment.
I guess what I wanted to do is if he's going to continue to break through or if he's going to get angry again if something happens, is to hold person on him.
Does that require any kind of somatic?
Let's take a look. Okay, what the hell? There's open.
In the meantime, with a religion check
Yes,
of
it does.
10, Bud. Okay. So because your arms are behind your back, I'll say that the somatic part is like kind of like a directed like point your magic somewhere. I'll say it kind of it's limiting the amount the movements required for that sort of thing. Anything
Okay,
verbal
well, then I
or
can-
otherwise, like you
I can get out of this stuff, no problem. I'm just saying.
Well, do it if you wish. You're. I didn't say it in particular. Your gear was, you weren't allowed weapons in here, but I didn't say it.
If anyone else is in here, I mean, I think I am probably providing a pretty good distraction. If you didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, I
disagree.
don't need a weapon. I mean, it's not even a weapon thing.
Also, question:
Shoot.
how is Boss Lady and the guards reacting to Zoom's temper tantrum?
They have weapons raised.
Okay.
But they're essentially giving you guys free reign to try what's happening, right? Like they have all like, Guslan has got her like, crossbow pointed at Zoom, but when he like recedes and kind of just like begins pacing around the bars, you get the impression that they've seen something like these outbursts before, so they're not surprised.
Okay.
We'll say at this point too, I'm also like pacing back and forth, and I'm just like, as like Bud is like chanting his prayer of healing, I'm just like, always, just like kind of going back and forth, and I say like, look, you're always just holding me back. Been like this for a while.
I'll say at this
This is
point,
the next step in what I have to do to end this. I'll do it.
I'll say at this point that Bud, your prayer is having a noticeable calming effect on some people, but not others. The guards in particular are not super worried because you're there. Like your chants and the ritual you're performing takes an edge of like a more gentle edge to it. In particular, Isla seems receptive to it. Cordax, that's up to you if you find yourself to be a religious person. If this is like something that would calm you.
This ain't shit.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Zoom, I figured something very similar.
Take my prayers.
So, the prayer of healing can go out as normal otherwise.
So what I wanted to do is I have phase step. I could teleport 30 feet away from me with the bonus action, which would make me out of my bonds.
Okay. Are you going to do that within the cell or outside the cell?
I was hoping, because I assume me and Zoom cells are adjacent next to each other.
Yeah, they're adjacent, but are you asking for line of sight purposes?
Well, that's my thing. Is if there's a wall, I would teleport to a cell where I can see him.
Yeah. That's, you can either I'll even give you so far as the option, like you guys are at the end of the hallway. I'll say you're at the the end,
The corner.
very end.
Okay.
Zoom
Yeah.
or in her cell or his cell, your choice if you want.
We lost you at Zoom.
Slurred.
And we
There
lost
you
it.
guys. There you guys. Come back.
Oh, bye-bye.
And he's gone.
He's on Discord, right?
He froze.
Yeah, it's this weird internet thing.
Someone's watching Prawn.
Or Ron.
Ron.
No. It's Prawn
Jameson.
Legacy. Oh, wait. Sorry.
There we go. Okay. Looks
Stable for now.
Looks like I'm back. Yeah, maybe. What was the last thing you heard?
You were saying where I was. I said I'm at the end, and you said it's not broke out.
That's probably the most important part. You're at the very end of the hallway, and on either side of you is Isla's and Zoom's cells, so you can enter one or the other if you
That's
wish.
pretty shit. How about I do a different one instead?
You can see